Just saying hi. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. Hang on. I'm just setting my. Hang on. I'm just setting my 1 month. I hope I can get 20 followers in 1 month. That would be very awesome. I hope I can get 20 followers in 1 month. That would be very awesome. Oh, you kidding me? 4 weeks? No. Oh, you kidding me? 4 weeks? No. All right. Good day for the massive. All right. Just kidding. I'm saying just, you know. Just kidding. I'm saying just, you know. I'm totally fine. All right. I'm totally fine. All right. Totally fine. I'm just gonna say again. Hello. I'm just gonna say again. Hello. I'm just gonna say again. Hello. Hello. As you go, multi-chat. As you go, multi-chat. Yeah. We keep repeating stuff. Okay, so that's good news to my side. Going back to as usual, to my old ways. As you know, ordinary computer guy. If you are on Twitch, you just follow me on Kick. Just fix it. All right, let's begin the stream. Yeah, just log in today. Lansheng's request. We gotta start on Chacona's story quest because holy fuck, this is an event quest that you cannot that you might not want to be late a bit. But 240, we're just right on time, right on schedule for our dailies. So let's begin first our dailies, and then we go back again to the, you know, we just go back here. We just do our dailies. We go back to that stupid weekly just to claim that that box that I don't really use often. But hey, I don't need to deny about it. But hey.
Thanks for watching. Let the show begin.
Alright.
All of you at once. I don't do overtime. Come at me. Reduce to dust.
Yes, sir. Let me check something. Absolutely gonna cook this time, Disney princess. You don't really need to be the most flexible guy of all time. Oh. Oh, I thought I was doing some stuff. But hey.
All yours.
A perfect chord. Thanks for watching.
Alright.
A grand.
Sink
You do.
into the endless deep.
Crush forth in fury.
Shut.
A perfect chord.
Yes, sir.
All yours.
Alright. Thank you. Next. Last one. We go to the weeklies. I really want to test Donnie out in the weeklies.
Come at me.
Now presenting a poem of finale.
I can spare a minute to knock some heads around.
Boom, boom, pow.
Reduced to dust.
Bam! I cannot even use the alt per alt.
Now I have a report to write.
Yeah, it's basically Disney princess dancing. Absolutely nice. Yeah, I really think that we gotta go back to the other side next. Go back here because we don't have any place to claim our, you know, our. Yeah, I think I asked straight. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where to use my wave plates. Besides here, there's a really rumor. There's a actual rumor here that you can actually. I think they say there's a rumor here. I don't know if it's really true that they will update this item. I'm not really sure about it, but if they update the item, then that will be very nice. All right, next. Don't want to use Morphe, but yeah, I want to try this. Since since we already finished this to 4,500. Since we already finished it.
Comes with the job, I
should
guess.
be
All
fine.
yours.
Overture. A perfect chord.
All right, here we go. Cyclone Liberation, Heavy Attack. I think Heavy Attack might be a really great idea too. If only they actually have the ability to reset, to have a reset so we can choose any buff that we really want. That would be very fine. That would be very, very nice. But hey, I'll choose this. Alright.
Efficiency, above all. All yours.
Nice.
No contest.
Oh, this will
Come
be
at me.
Polyphony. Ta-da! Let the show begin. Faster.
Oh, you cancel? Bruh. So you're gonna cancel. So all
Thanks
these.
for watching.
Okay, so I see now.
Perfect chord.
All yours.
Try not to blink. Why not save?
Ooh. I see. Good.
Fine.
Polyphony. A perfect chord.
Moderately increase attack, crit rate increase, moderation, liberation. I probably should use insanely crit rate, I guess. Yeah, crit rate should be good too.
Efficiency, above all.
Next, crit rate, obviously. I don't really need for anything else. Yes. Nice. And after this, yeah, this one. All right. Ooh. Oh, dang it, man. That's fine. Energy double if there's no. Okay, good. It's fine. We every basic attack.
Faster. Mind the tempo. A perfect chord. Now presenting a poem of finale.
Take a breath, and right here, pour from the abyss. Sink
To the endless
Into
deep.
the endless deep.
Oh, this will be
Shut. I don't have all day. Reduced to dust.
Boom! I cannot even use her ultimate. What? Her final move. Because in order to get her final move, I had to go there. Below. Thank you very much. Nice. This one, Fear Struggle. Usually, you always choose the Fear Struggle. It's
Fine.
better.
Comes with the job. Come at me.
cleared it. Okay, slightly reduce the intervals of. Okay, so yeah, by 20%. All right. Okay, never mind. The main shit has begun.
Overkill. Solo time.
Efficiency above all.
Next 20 seconds. This is much better. It's better for me to activate it permanently. Alright, this one.
Efficiency above all.
Definitely dreaming. No ask. Oh. Alright, that's pretty good. Increases the duration by 100%. Okay. But if we can actually just, I think if we can just actually find the basic attack, the paper where you can actually increase your lucid dream energy bar, that would be that's much better. 3.
Efficiency above all.
All right. I think I can use her.
Listen, the trio of destiny.
I don't need listen. Thanks. I just waste the ult for that.
Fine. Comes with the job, I guess.
A perfect chord.
Pull from the abyss.
Here.
Sleep in the whispers of sirens. How rude. Try not to be.
Thanks for watching. Let the show begin.
Shut. I don't have
Oh,
all
come
day.
on. I did use the ult, but never actually gonna
Come
be
on,
finishing
me.
everything.
Reduce to dust.
Boom.
Efficiency.
Look at her. Grants in okay. Dreams give up deals damage grants. Stocking. Yeah. Sad part.
Fine.
Got to
Wait.
get through.
My
Thanks for watching.
skill can withstand more than that.
A perfect chord.
Alright. This one. Sadly, I don't have anything else except for this one. If I could get that book, that's much better.
All yours.
Polyphony.
Engulfed by sea's venom. Oh, this will be fun.
No contest.
Master. A perfect chord.
All yours.
Very nice. Next.
Fine.
Now presenting a poem of finale.
Hey.
All of you at once. I don't do overtime. Don't stand in my way. My shield can withstand more than that.
Oh, you kidding me, man? Alright, it seems like I cannot use her full ultimate. Alright, sustain. Absolutely. Okay, thank you.
Efficiency above all.
Oh, maybe here.
All yours.
Perfect chord.
Sink into the endless deep. Crash forth in fury.
perfect wrap-up. Let the show begin.
Shut. I don't have all day.
Boom. Here we go.
Reduce to dust. Don't stand in my way. You barely.
Boom.
What a waste of time.
That didn't do anything.
Thanks for watching.
Engulfed
It didn't do any
by
damage.
sea's venom.
No, it didn't do any damage.
Pull from the abyss.
I can spare a minute to knock some heads around. Come at me. All yours. Now I have a report to write.
Yep.
Thanks for watching.
I think I'm gonna flop this one out.
Come at me. All yours.
This time I'm really gonna flop it
Comes
around.
with the job, I guess.
Well, that's fine. Especially no mastery about this one. Right. I think this one's good. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Efficiency, above all.
Yes, you are what I need. You're the thing that I need. Next, you. Oh, can I actually purchase everything? I need the basic attack speed. Yeah, we definitely did not get everything. This part.
Fine. Come at me.
Thanks for watching, Master.
No contest. Come at me.
He doesn't utilize heavy attack? Okay. So she doesn't really use heavy attack. There's no freaking way that she
Try
doesn't
not to
use
blink. Sleep in the whispers of sirens. Oh, this will be fun.
Thanks for watching. Overture.
Yeah, I did forgot we have this guy has
Listen,
resistance.
the trio of destiny.
All yours. All of you at once. I don't do overtime. Come at me. My shield can withstand more than that.
Yep.
I've still got.
Yep,
Perfect
that
score.
definitely flopped so bad.
Solo time. Solo time. Solo time. Now presenting a poem of finale.
Take a breath. I'm right here. Engulfed by sea's venom. Oh, this will be fun.
Thanks for watching. A perfect chord. Wonders and tragedies go together.
I'll keep you company. Sink into the endless deep.
Because she literally tanked the entire... Oh,
To sunken depths. Oh, this will...
Thanks for watching.
who gives a crap?
Let the show
She
begin.
died.
Thanks for watching.
Yep, she literally tanked everything.
Mind the tempo.
Bro. I was literally... Yeah, you can clear. Okay, that was really weird. Hello. 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 Okay. We are good. I think sometimes my actual OBS just fucks up by itself. Kind of wonder why I get offline. But now what do we do next? Yes. Story quest. Alright, we have Lady Disney Princess story quest. I think we can begin. Alright, we just marked by Twitch that we started her story quest, but I won't deny. Also have 18 days. We still have a lot of things to do besides. We need to at least have at least few days off work. Yeah. We go now with Disney Princess. Where the heck is Disney Princess? Alright. Let's begin. Let's begin with Disney Princess, boys! Yeah. Let me see if there's anything I can
Anything I
upgrade.
can help you with?
The divinity may foresee the future of the world, but I doubt they can predict which song people will play tomorrow.
I have 190, 180. I did have some good stats. Honestly, checking on the stats is just pretty mid. Crit rate.
Anything I can help you with?
Zani has a pretty good balance, but yeah, I think this one gives low damage. But I could actually still increase her damage, but not bad. Alright, let's wait for her. Time around 8 o'clock. 5 hours. Let's do it. Alright. Alright. Oh, it's Carlotta. Yeah. Royalty. Defenseless.
Rover, fancy running into you here. Won't you dine with me? Ms. Margarita asked me to sample her newest pizza, but my goodness, these portions.
Oh, the guy. Oh, it's the guy.
Did you hear what the Order's acolytes found while clearing the abandoned library? A manuscript of a poem with an accompanying music sheet. The public has already caught wind of its contents. Did you know it was signed as Golden Anthem? They say it was their last work, written aboard the Pilgrim's Sail. I reckon the original finder fished it out the sea and put it in the library, not knowing what it was.
Shh, quiet. They're criminals. You best not mention them in public.
Republic. They're dead. Uh-oh.
Shh. That name is not to be spoken of in Raguna. Simply put, the Golden Anthem was once a renowned poets' society. Their 3 members were once the Sentinel's cantors, but the Order banished them for insulting the divinity. Allegedly, their pilgrim sail caught fire and none on board survived, and thus their last known work disappeared.
Well, since the manuscript is no longer secret, how does the tune sound?
Give me a second. Let me think.
Oh no.
Hear that? It's exactly what they're playing now.
Deadly damn. Hey, okay.
Well, it would appear they were possessed by daemons, just as this very article suggests.
Let me just have a Twitter on X. Let them talk.
Friends, it's been too long. I gather you were also listening in on that
Most suspicious
conversation
guy.
about the Golden Anthem's last work?
What did you mean by daemons?
Demons.
Resentful of the Order's verdict, they committed to paper a curse upon Rinascita and Raguna. Those favored by the divinity were the most willing to raise the blade of rebellion, for they alone knew how to make divinity bleed and doctrines crumble. Though they died in exile to a great fire, their resentment festered in their music and poetry, transforming into horrors known as daemons.
Diamonds.
Like the fire that dragged them to hell, these daemons will spread throughout the land and burn all of Raguna. This article was recently published in the Raguna Literary Journal. Quite the perspective, wouldn't you say? Vengeance born of resentment. Such dark and twisted characters are hard to resist. Perhaps someone unwittingly played that tune just now and opened the plushies to possession by the daemons.
Diamonds.
But then again, it's all conjecture. Those in the Poets' Society died years ago, and who's to say what really happened? Now, if those vengeful spirits really do exist, well, out of all the patrons here, they went straight for you, Rover. Curious and curiouser. By the way, it just so happens that I made a copy of the Poet Society's last work. Now, if those Here, take it. Consider it a little souvenir from your spirited encounter. Maybe it'll prove useful later. Goodbye, friends. A change of venue is in order. I must finish my play.
Swept by a storm. Now, this guy is really suspicious. Most sussy guy of all time.
Like the fire that dragged them to hell, these daemons will spread throughout the land and burn all of Raguna. Unverifiable, yes, but not entirely dismissible.
More like a myth.
That
Fantasy.
said, a peculiar entity did indeed manifest, and it attacked you. So, let's start at the very beginning. I have a friend who's an expert in deciphering music. I believe you've met her before. She who resembles Topaz should still be near Whisperwind Haven at this hour.
Who the heck is Topaz? I think I really forgot about. Who the heck is Topaz? Alright. Oh, that thing. That literally hurt.
Silent.
Damn, that hurt.
In her world, poetry and music hold equal sway. Shh. Listen carefully.
Oh, it's Disney Princess. It's Disney Princess.
Follow the song to find her.
Oh yeah, that's what the part of where the trailer begins.
Rover, Carlotta, it's been too long.
You really must adore that song. I remember hearing you sing it when I was little.
Oh yeah, speaking of, they are both from their capital, I think.
When I was a child,
Yeah.
whenever I passed by Chacona's house, I'd always hear music drifting from the courtyard. Lively, spirited, and so full of emotion.
I remember it well. Those two guards of yours were like giants from Septimont. Easily 200 pounds of pure muscle.
Back then, Chacona's family conducted the Order's choir.
Oh, it's new.
How should I put it?
Oh, hello.
Well, as they say, families are always rising and falling.
It's a hello. Now I'm just typing on X. Maybe someone can bite
a song
the
is
link.
a song, whether sung in a grand hall or beneath the open sky. As for family
By the
matters,
way, hello,
let
hello,
the past stay
hello.
where it belongs.
Why didn't you the kick?
Anyway, the two of you came in
Taking bite of
such
the
a hurry.
cookie.
I suppose you're not here to
I just
take
began
in the
the
music?
story quest of Disney Princess. I just bite the literal Disney Princess.
Oh, so you eavesdropped on a
Welcome
man
to the
bumbling on in
train,
shop,
homie.
and then poof, out pops a monster.
Do you love music? I am very curious. Do you really love music?
Let me see. It should sound something like this. About that, sharp rover.
Huh? C sharp. A C3 sharp? What? I like music. I love music. I do have a MIDI keyboard,
I
honestly.
know, right? We should suggest to Miss
Never
Margarita
properly
that she had new
utilized, by the way.
signage. Sing with civility. It starts with us.
Can we discuss restaurant etiquette later?
Of course. But I still need to know what kind of music could possibly have the power to conjure up those monsters of yours.
Have you actually played this game, by the way, in Wuthering Waves? I am very curious. If you're still here, do you still play Wuthering Waves?
The Golden Anthem. That name should never be spoken. They're criminals. To conspire with them is to risk banishment at sea. Or worse.
Oh, by the way, don't spoil me if you have finished this game part. Order the Deacon Karmas.
Don't worry. This won't be the first time we've crossed paths with the Order.
Oh!
Fine. From what you've told me, the composers of this poem cursed Rinasita, spelling the fall of Raguna. When the poem is played, some type of horror appears. If I understand correctly, that's what attacked you and Carlotta. If you ask me, this story is a right load of codswallop. I don't believe a simple little poem could curse
2 hours.
Rinasita.
Just enough. By the way, how long? By the way,
We need to get to the heart of this poem
Hang on.
and music mystery. Let me join you. I can't resist a good adventure.
I'm very interested how long this actual story quest is. Usually I know 2 hours pretty much.
I'll help you find the link between the music and those
115
daemons.
minutes I pretty assume.
But in
Most of
return,
the time.
I want you to hand these pages to me for safekeeping.
How long's the story? Yeah, I'm really asking how long is it? Because, you know, usually I only limit myself at least minimum of 2 hours a day, as much as possible. 2 hours a day, 8 times a week, and 8 hours a week. That's pretty much it. Because if you don't have to balance yourself, yeah, I won't have a very consistency in streaming. At least that's pretty good. At least that's pretty okay, because you know I have a lots of stuff to do. Because sooner or later, starting on June 13, I will have classes already, which takes up a lot of my time. Yeah, especially not only that, it's engineering. That's why it's just pretty much.
Then we have a deal.
Just pretty much.
Since you believe this music summons them, how about
It's
we
hard.
test it for ourselves? I've already memorized the sheet music.
It's risky, but there's no surer way to find out. Wouldn't you agree, Rover?
Oh, I'm up. Saying. All right.
The final work of poets banished to distant seas and condemned to death.
And I'm really interested what
What I
happens if you
wonder,
are part of the
Did the
Pilgrim Sale.
verses forged in flames truly sing of?
She does guitar too. I forgot what's the instrument. I forgot what's that instrument. This instrument here. This is actually a Morse, or maybe just custom guitar. All right, the bard has begun. Maybe Venti, I assume. Wait. Damn, it's really good. The song's pretty good. Like this. Oh boy. Here we go. All right.
They are just like the ones that attacked us in Westworld.
A grand overture!
Here we go.
Surge of surrender to sunken depths. Oh, this will be fun.
A perfect chord.
Come at me.
Honestly, I do flop a lot. I haven't really mastered Zon because I don't really play her game style yet.
I don't have all day.
Honestly, I actually was surprised on Zani's story quest. It's pretty good. So I expect that Disney Princess is also pretty good too. And I still have a lot of stuff to do. I haven't done the events. I haven't done the monthly stuff. Yeah, the tides and of course the I haven't done the holograms. So there's
They
a lot of
burned
stuff.
in despair, resentful of the Order's verdict, till their last breath. Their last work is nothing but a curse upon us all. With our bodies to fuel the fire, the ensuing furnace shall forge Raguna's
Just
true
gold.
gold. Is it saying Raguna will burn to the ground?
They wanted their resentment to echo through the
It
streets.
seems that there are 3
Just
people
by
here.
reading this, I can almost see their terrifying faces in the fire.
These voices. They're people of Raguna, aren't they?
Yeah, 1,
I
2,
think I heard
3.
Mr. C3
Yeah, 3
Sharp in the
people.
mix.
Interesting.
If the poet's resentful souls gave birth to daemons, then shouldn't they sound like the poets themselves? Those voices were just people who read or heard their work.
Hang on.
Perhaps
Let
the
me
voices
decipher.
themselves are
Let
what
me try
causes the
this.
daemons to manifest.
Ah, ethics.
In the legends, daemons are born of death and curses.
Demons are born.
But what we've seen isn't like that, no. They're more like horrors created from people's words and imagination.
Imagination stuff. Order.
Of course, I'm just speculating.
Pilgrims.
The voices were
Pilgrim's
somewhat
Tale,
muddled.
death, Present.
Perhaps I can refine the melody.
If I do.
This time, we need to listen harder.
Maybe equation stuff. Let me try. So from.
Let's find out what the true story really is.
Before I really find the true story. Oh, before we really find the true story. Hang on. Before we find the true story. So demons are themselves are basically the remains of the people, basically kind of like the resentment. And then, from what I understand the most, they are basically the people, kind of like the choir, like a personal choir in a church. They create music and stuff. However, something has the problem with the order, which I don't really know if it does contradict with the order or something. The musicians do contradict with the order. Maybe. And then, of course, after having some conflicts, of course, they deemed them as kind of like a blasphemous. So they went to pilgrim sale and then they died. So what happens is that their lingering souls pretty much stayed in the world. Basically, became became so-called demons. Maybe that's how I understand. I just don't know. I'm just doing impromptu and I create possible. That's what I understand. But hey, very interesting.
This is a realm created from melodies. Music can transcend space and time to bring memories and stories to life.
What the heck? That piece, that music sheet is no ordinary piece, is it?
No. Normally, you can't perceive the
I haven't seen
frequencies in a
this one.
melody.
Wow.
But that manuscript lets you see the
Very
world as I
interesting.
do. That part with the daemons should be right here.
This part here never became. I've never seen this part here with other storyline quests, including Gion, ever since 1.0. This is new.
They burn in despair, resentful of the Order's verdict, till their last breath. Their last work is nothing but a curse upon us all.
It's the same as what we heard before. But now I see something. A balance scale with a crowd of people standing on one
Maybe
of the
it's
pans.
the community.
What are they weighing?
The two sides of the scale represent differing perspectives. Once a work is made public, its meaning no longer belongs to its creator alone, but is shaped by the interpretations of its readers. Perhaps it was a simple poem at first, nothing more. But then that article claimed it was a curse upon Raguna. Given that members of the Golden Anthem were banished on the Pilgrim's Sail and died in a fire, the notion quickly took hold. No one knew exactly what happened, so they filled in the gaps with their imaginations.
This 6 out of 6.
With motive and a complete story. Perhaps that's all it took for a lie to become the truth. Each time someone plays their last work, it summons daemons. This is the Golden Anthem's revenge and curse upon Raguna.
Oh God.
Still, words and imagination alone cannot bring something into existence.
Unless there's a resonator involved.
Yes, someone must have used them to create the daemons.
I had a feeling
What if
Chrysostomo,
the mastermind pulling the strings from
yeah.
the shadows,
the guy,
is the author of that
like
article?
the onigiri guy.
Daemons are bound to their creator, so it might not be a coincidence you felt them target you at the restaurant. There could be a connection between you and this mastermind. Or perhaps they have their own reasons for wanting to see you silenced.
By the way, the one that I mentioned, onigiri guy, is actually the onigiri guy. You know if I would mention onigiri guy, it's actually this guy right here, onigiri or zipper pants boy. yeah. The reason why I kid you not. This is the guy that I mentioned. Onigiri. Basically similar. They have a very what's the actual term? I'm very interested in that term. Mischievous or yeah, they are very malicious nature. Scar does show a very malicious nature through his attitude, while Chrysostom shows his true malicious nature in his music poems, especially his ability. I believe on the trailer, since I haven't really watched the trailer yet. From what I understand, according to Lupa, I believe this happens. Yeah, from the trailer itself, from what I understand. Yeah, her eyes went green from what I known. Yeah, her eyes went green, symbolizing there is that Chrysostomo, the suspicious guy that I mentioned, is pretty much gonna have a major play in the 2.4. I wonder what will happen. But yeah, let's begin. Inspiration 1. Pick an option how the story involves. Wait. Now this is this 2 parts are very interesting. Blue Laguna Damon's effect. So you want me to choose the original route?
Imagination knows no bounds. If
Alright,
left
let's try
unchecked,
the original route.
such incidents will only increase. For resonators, dealing with them isn't much of a
What the frick
challenge.
just happened with
But for
the
ordinary folk,
background?
it's enough to spark panic across the city. Finding the one pulling the strings should be our priority.
Oh. Ooh. Consume inspiration to unlock more endings in the story. Oh, we're fucked. Alright, I think we have to do a lot of stuff here. Especially if I want to unlock more story quests.
If the daemons are born from the public's imagination, then things will shift once we catch whoever is responsible for starting this in the first place.
How
This
many of these do I
mastermind
have?
has gone to great lengths to twist the facts, stirring fear and turning it into resentment. It may be an attempt to cover up certain stories about the Poet Society.
There she is.
He must be tied to them somehow.
The nobles.
If we can learn more about the Golden Anthem, we might be one step closer to catching him. Music and poetry are born from kindness and hope.
Wait.
Yet now they've been twisted to create these monstrosities. Whoever is behind this won't just the thought of confronting them is already Whoever is behind this won't just sit back and watch. Inspiring me to write a ballad. What should I call it?
Wait,
Which instruments would fit?
How can I return to the quest? To the part.
Our enemy hides in the dark, while we remain in the light. If that's the case,
That guy Chrysostomo.
we need to split up. With your
That guy
tenacity and
sucks.
Takona's expertise,
Already.
we will uncover the truth.
An opal.
Someone has pointed a gun at Cat's Eye. Someone ought to pull back the curtain and expose them.
Kind of like Lincoln, I guess. Maybe. The situation with Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln.
The family has its ways. Tracing the article's source and finding this mastermind won't be a problem.
Where should we start our investigation?
If we find melodies connected to the Poet Society, I can bring the past into clearer focus.
Oh, this is new. Music is composed of frequencies, obviously true. As everything fast, it hums its own control for it allows her to receive melodies by retuning them to as she crafts a noosphere in her hands where her music. Alright.
I've got it, Rover! I know a place where they've definitely left their mark. Let's go. Onward to new melodies.
Oh boy.
I really admire the wind. It's free to go anywhere without restraint. If only it could carry my poems into the hands of everyone across the world.
Thanks for the 9 Monile. Right, we gotta bump every single stuff. Yes.
La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da.
Kind of feels like Genshin vibe. And then it's gone. That was a really good, humming though. I also do love music. That's the reason why. Kind of admire it though. That's why Disney. That's why it's called Disney Princess. Because she sings. She's like princess too. Practically, I think Snow White. Is it Snow White? Yeah, I don't know if it is Snow White. Maybe I'm wrong.
Ta-da! Welcome to Requiem Paradise.
Story, the show where poets and musicians buried their retired instruments. Ooh.
This is where Raguna's musicians lay their old instruments to rest.
Oh.
For the people of Raguna, the sea is everything. We live and sleep by the sea, and our souls drift out to sea when we pass. Since an instrument is an extension of the musician, it's only fitting that it's buried by the sea. May its dreams be long and sweet before returning to the waves.
Ooh.
I'm certain this is where the poets of the Golden Anthem laid their instruments to rest before their banishment.
Okay.
What's wrong? You seem troubled.
Nothing. Oh yeah, I forgot. if I was him, I don't have to worry about. Yep. Not for now.
Is that what's been on your mind this whole time? I say, if the answers aren't coming, let it all go and clear your mind. To be honest, I haven't found any leads either. But worry not. This is what we bards call a bottleneck.
Bottleneck. I understand bottleneck is...
Once, I spent 3 days just trying to find the right words to describe a tree. Couldn't do it. Not one word.
Wait, she doesn't... She's having a... Wait. I don't know. Well, from what I understand, bottlenecks are... kind of feels like they're holding you back somehow. That's from what I understand. They hold you back. I honestly think they hold you back. I kid you not. Usually, in your mind, especially when you have exam, I think from what I understand, if for instance you have an exam and then these questions are hard and the questions in the contents are full of math, practically calculus, and yes, you'll definitely experience bottleneck because bottleneck itself basically is the way how you can process how to solve these equations. So if you have bottleneck, you are very slow and it can lead to basically wrong answers, which is, you know, normal. So yeah, in music, yeah, creativity, it does. But here it is less bottleneck, but being creative, like using your environment as your basis for your music, yeah, kind of nice. I wonder why there's a lo-fi or something like that, or even slow music like TikToks. Yeah, maybe that's how it is. Who knows? Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. What do you think? If I am right or wrong? Yeah, just chat if you think. What are your opinions? I really wonder, what are your opinions as a chatter? I really want to talk slow, honestly. Just how I talk like this.
So, I stood under that tree and prayed for an apple to fall on my head.
Isaac Newton's reference. The gravity. Hang on. Yeah, this is the bait. Yeah, this is the reference, by the way. I stood under that tree and I prayed for the apple. Just sadly, it's not apple. You create music and then just this apple falls. Yeah. They really have a great reference. Damn, they really did reference Isaac Newton's, the law of physics. The beginning where he actually started the law of physics. God damn. They really referenced it.
You know, just like in those stories where inspiration strikes after an apple hits you. And,
Damn.
well, at least you get a snack out of it.
Wait. So after those physics, so physics is equal to energy. I'm not sure if frequencies are related to physics, but if it is related to physics, then holy shit. Oh yes. We all know that Wuthering Waves is based on frequency resonators. I kind of feel like they are basically related to computers. Honestly, I will tell you, if you already know what is CPU clock speeds, right? Overclocks, clock speeds, energy usage. But I don't know where to literally put where energy usage is, but hey. But yeah, you already it is just engineering part here. Damn, oh damn. Look at her swinging her mouth. Can I pinch?
Sadly, the apples weren't ripe and none fell. No free nibbles for me, unfortunately.
Rip. No, Isaac Newton. She didn't become a genius math. She never became a genius math. I'll mark that on Twitch, by the way. By the way, I'm using my Twitch as a dumping site for easy export VODs. That's it. And then after this, I'm gonna make a video for the dumb purpose, on YouTube, where I can just summarize the entire thing. What the heck is she doing here? The fuck?
Try it.
How? Is she a tree? The fuck? How? Or maybe, oh yeah, I did also forgot about resonators. Resonators can be mutated to have different kind of genetic mutations. Yeah, I did forgot about that. Yeah, I haven't been in the lore yet for quite a while. But hey, an apple, maybe a Snow White. Yeah, Snow White reference. Maybe a poison apple. No, probably I don't know.
Huh. It's a real apple.
Damn.
Later, when I finally decided to leave, I looked up through the gaps in the branches and suddenly saw a blooming flower atop a cliff. Turns out, even without an apple, inspiration may yet strike. But if I hadn't stood there, I might have missed that unexpected burst of beauty.
Yeah, if kind of like similarities to
maybe this is enough. Let's put aside heavy thoughts and continue our walk with a clear mind.
Wow. It's like a date too.
I'm starting to understand why Carlotta calls you Topaz.
So she is Topaz.
Is that so?
Is
But I'm
this
nowhere
gi-
near
oh,
as
yeah.
dazzling
Are
as
you
the
seeing
sun.
chat? Yes, sorry, I
If anything,
forgot.
I'd rather be like Icarus in the story.
Free to play. Yes.
Soaring freely in the
Is it
sky,
Shizuka Love?
even if it means
Shizuka Love 1.
falling in the end.
You are quite new to this game. If you are
I sense the melody of an instrument close
hang on,
by.
can I really probably
Let's search for it.
I think you don't need to read your view. I think you don't read your viewers chat. No, I'm actually reading my viewers chat. I actually mostly turn on kick, but multi-streaming. Usually do multi-streaming. I really highly suggest you go to Kick too. But is this? But I have forgive me. I apologize. If you're asking me if it's yes. Hang on. Let me bring it. Hang on. Let me bring it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing multi-stream, by the way, so yeah, I can see you. I really highly suggest you go to Kick and just follow me there. It would be very, Is this game free to play? Yes, I will tell you that this game is free to play. The only basic caveat here is that a gacha game, I will speak for the truth, okay? A gacha game is basically quite a bit predatory. Basically, it's kind of like an anime. It's like a gambling where you're going to lose, and they kind of mask off as an anime. You see, in order for me to explain why this is a gacha game, is that here in a gacha game, you're basically kind of like, you're basically, if you're basically, playing this game, honestly, you're playing this game for free. Of course, if you're, for instance, if I say you pull a 5-star, there is a possibility chance that you don't really get this character, which is why, it can be a gambling. Which actually, if I will tell you the math, so every pull is 160, and each pull, the worst part of the characters, if I will probably tell you the truth, the worst part of the characters, the worst part here is that you can spend up to towards I would probably say around $200. My friend suggests me this game. I am watching for the first time this game. I never played before. Honestly, the reason why your friend suggests is because, okay, I honestly understand. Well, welcome to the community. I welcome you into this game where you kind of play this game for free. But there's a lot of things to know. Of course, there are lots of things that you really need to start or begin with. Drop a follow. Oh, did you follow? Hang on, I've never seen on Twitch because I cannot really hear it. It would be nice if it's on Kick too, but hey. Hang on, let me see. By the way, thanks for the follow actually. Hang on. I kind of want to see my, I only have 23. Well, kind of like, yeah. It did start to unfollow me though. Well, it would be very nice. Sometimes I play Elden Ring with and DS3 with my cousin. What's the DS3? Really, DS3. Oh, by the way, actually, guys, I did forgot to mention, if you are still here on both Twitch and anywhere YouTube, I think. Okay. After this Wuthering Waves, I will actually start to stream on Clair Obscure 33. I kid you not. I will do Clair Obscure 33. I want to show my proof that I actually did bought the game before the 12% VAT tax. Actually, honestly, I play Minecraft. I don't stream on I don't really stream yet on Minecraft. But I may plan. One friend actually, or one chatter suggests me to play. I think the Fragpunk. I think one friend suggests me to play the Fragpunk. I think. I do also have Clair Obscure. This one. I also can play Repo, which may be very interesting too. Repo. Kid you not. Repo might be a fun game. Especially maybe I really want to do mods too with this game. Monster World, yeah, quite old honestly, but yeah, my cousin actually did recommend me to play this game, but I haven't really played. Yeah, and yes, I think most of the most demanding games are pretty much Clair Obscure, and I'm not sure if Fragpunk is pretty much a demanding game. But hey, also follow me on, Kick. It will be very nice in Kick because the revenue right now on Twitch is bad. But yeah, if I could get some revenue, yeah, I could actually start playing other games very well. Honestly, I really hate to admit that the 12% VAT tax is gonna hit a lot, especially on $80 games. because $80 times 12, that's around like $10 extra, which is insanely expensive to me. Especially I don't work, I'm still a student, and I am a third year computer engineering student. And hell yeah, it's gonna be hard. That's why I plan on streaming once school started, I planned on streaming every Wednesday to Saturday. Unless I don't have classes on Monday or Tuesday, because if, for instance, guys, I don't have any class on Monday, I will stream on Monday. And the reason why is on Thursday, I kid you not, I will go to school at 8 in the morning. My school, from home to school, is an hour. And then by the time I go home, the time the school ends, it's 9 o'clock in the evening. Holy shit. That's gonna be my first experience from 13 hours on school. God damn it, man. That's why, yeah. But at least, at least I don't have Saturday. Story games are perfect for people who enjoy deep characters, emotional journeys, and meaningful stories. Whether fantasy, sci-fi, drama, or they really pull into another world. True. I really think that this is basically inspired in novels. Yeah, I really do love novels too. But I don't really read them that much. But my most favorite interesting in novels is pretty much like the solo leveling. But hey. Alright, let's proceed first in the
Efficiency,
story.
above all.
Because we already know it. We are running out of time. We only have 7 days. Holy. Holy crap. Look at her. Alright, let's listen. Whoa! Do you stream
A
daily?
flute. But it sounds sharp and harsh.
Daily,
This
no.
for a performance.
Wednesday to Saturday.
I'd say it's trying to
Wednesday
finish
to
as
Saturday.
quickly as possible. Barely giving the notes a chance to
5
breathe.
o'clock. 5 o'clock, by the way. 5 o'clock GMT. 8. Currently, it's already 6:13, which is okay. But usually, I expect to finish around 8 o'clock or 7. Because as much as possible, you do not want to stream too much of your time, because it's basically like draining yourself, where you know that you don't earn money. By the way, how long have you been streaming? I did stream a very long time, as far as 2022, but I decided to take a break because I really am bored. But I did reach 200 followers during a time, but I only play Roblox, and I am very severely limited to games, because before I even stream like around April, I think, in April, I actually do not have the best computer set. Right now, I actually use the 9070 XT and a 9800 X3D. So I'm pretty sure that should be fine with clear obscure, the high settings, right? Especially, come to think of it, it was part of my plan too. So it was patience all along. Now that I can see my chat, yeah, it's quite a bit of very expensive, honestly. Around like $3,000 in total equipment set, including the UPS. If you're going to, by the way, buy a high-end gaming set, I really suggest you buy a very expensive UPS. Probably like the pure sine wave. Because it's bad. Because, you don't want your components to
It's in excellent condition.
get destroyed.
But its tone is flat and dull.
Especially imagine if you're
Let's keep it
using
for
an
now
RTX
and see if there are any
5090
other
though,
instruments
and
nearby.
suddenly you kind of like cook your 59, especially if it is an Astral one. That thing, by the way, costs $4,000, and I kid you not. If you're gonna destroy your 4,000, yeah, you're definitely going to panic and you're gonna cry. You all know that the 12-volt high power is gonna suck, by the way. I highly suggest you have to be very careful around those 12-volt high powers. By the way, thanks a lot. Are you starting your own stream someday? You definitely seem to have the right attitude. I think, yes. I will start
Echoes are
streaming.
faint. Perhaps because it's been abandoned longer than the previous two.
By the way,
I'll need some time to decipher it.
are you thinking of starting your own stream someday? I'm actually starting my own stream. But it took me... I think this is going to be my 3rd round of streaming. Because my first round of streaming was quite a flop. Because I'm very limited. The second one is that my computer or my hardware cannot handle Wuthering Waves. It's an old one. basically I jumped from a GDX 1650. By the way, streaming. But what do you do? Study or job? Do you like study or job? Honestly, what I really want, if you ask me, is to be like Jensen. Is to be honest on that. I don't really know if I can do this on the future, because I really do plan on streaming as my first stepping stone in my career, honestly. Wherein I really love computers at all. I really love to design computers at all. And I kid you not.
Wait. The sound may be weak,
But of course,
but there's an
paid with,
undeniable strength
pay
to
gate.
it.
Come on, man. If you ask me, I really like to become like the Jensen Wong, or even the, owner of a GPU or CPU company where I can, sadly, I'm not an artist. I don't really have the greatest artist capabilities. What you can see there is I actually draw. It's just a doodle art. At least doodle art is fine.
Rover, behind you!
Doodle art's just fine.
It seems this loot likely belonged to a member of the Poet Society. Which is to say, it holds the melodies they left behind.
I'm working on a software house as well, so I forgot what's the term of that software. Maybe it's an architecture software?
I can spare a minute
No.
to knock some heads
I'm not
around.
sure.
Come on.
Honestly, yes. But I really do suggest on Kick too.
The timbre also matches.
Do you have any
I
ghost
believe
development
this
like you
loot
do want
is
to grow or
exactly
want to
what
hit
we've been
until
looking
you-
for.
Honestly, yes. Yes.
Sometimes, even when the instruments are the same, the performer's mood can change the entire sound.
Really want, as much as possible, really want all around.
For example, this
Maybe
lute
not.
doesn't seek to boast. It speaks softly, like a traveler sharing a story over tea in the warmth of an afternoon. The true purpose of music is to express what words cannot. Rover, if there's something you want to say but can't put into words, if you sing it, maybe I'll understand.
Development. What's the best word?
But I haven't even heard you sing yet.
But do you have any idea though?
Me? Perhaps another time. Once all this is settled, I'll perform for you. Be sure to listen closely then.
Do you have any ideas though?
Now, it's in the lute's hands. I hope this melody holds a tale worth telling.
Oh, hang on. Hang on a minute.
Listen, I hear something up ahead.
Alright, hang on, sorry. I'll be right back. I gotta do some stuff first. Responsibility in your family. See you for a bit. I'll be right back. I think I'm finally back to, some family responsibilities. It's very important. Yeah, going back to mainstream, I think it should be fine. Yes. Okay, we're good.
It seems like an interrogation room. This melody carries the weight of the Poet
Here we
Society
go.
interrogation. Let's keep moving. Take care with each step. The melodies left by these instruments are extremely fragile. The realm we're about to
Here we
enter
go.
will appear fragmented. We may find ourselves straddling vast rifts in time and space. A single misstep could draw us into other melodies, leaving us lost within them.
Wait, these are people. Alright, we continue the quest.
Farrell of the Golden Anthem. Know that Imperator is stern, yet merciful.
The unicorn. The unicorn, I kid you not.
The Codex teaches us that those whose sins are cleansed by the sea shall remain blessed by the sea. It is a grave offense to slander the Sentinel. This includes your claim that the Sentinel's true form is a steed of the skies.
Situation where bots exist.
I was told you found this lie carved on a lithograph.
It's very important.
In
by
the
way,
face of the tempest, a giant celestial steed carved a path for the Ark. How absurd.
Can't deny about that. By the way, as much as possible, if I would probably, when you say break, usually I do my family stuff, and I cannot really deny my, I cannot deny my parents' request as much as possible, because I love my parents so bad. Yeah, they were the ones that helped me grow. So it's very important. Always love your parents, by the way. If you have, actually. If you have. And up next.
If you admit you were mistaken at tomorrow's trial and reveal where you have hidden the evidence, I will move mountains to protect you and your companions. Remember, Imperator only responds to repentance, not silence.
It's definitely a song.
I'm sorry, Sir Acolyte. I'm doing my best to cooperate. Please don't mistake my silence for defiance. It's just, this room is freezing, and I've caught a chill. Makes it hard to talk. I'm afraid that by the time I see the Sentinel, I will have lost my voice entirely. Perhaps then,
honestly,
they will
I
judge
don't use my
you
Discord that much.
for silencing a poor transgressor's confession.
Forgive me.
As long as you repent and help us destroy those blasphemous poems and songs, the Sentinel shall show mercy. You are a wise man.
Maybe I should DM Tech.
I trust you will make the right choice. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Good night, Mr. Farrell. I will always be here should you wish to receive the Sentinel's mercy.
No need to worry, Sir Acolyte. In fact, I'm beginning to enjoy the cold.
Neither official nor private records show them as having ever repented in the Cathedral of Mercury. This melody is fading fast. Let's check if there's anything nearby to amplify it.
Damn. Hang on. I want to see something. Alright, let's begin first to the poets. We gotta listen to the poets first. These three poets. I think these three are the golden You didn't add me Discord. Oh, come on, man. I do have Discord on Twitch. You can clearly see that there is a Discord link at my bottom on the About Me page. You can just go there if you want. Yeah, you see this? This is just here. You should be fine. You can find me there as usual, as it is. The unknown town. It's not a big deal. Trust me. Alright.
Farrell's gone mad. He ought to have hidden the truth in our secret study. Why would he slip this dangerous knowledge into his poems and hand them out to children? We ought to have buried the truth.
Buried the truth.
Oh my god. Do you want to add me or not? I do really want to add, but too much ads on my DMs is just too much for me, honestly. I do have a lot of DMs. I kid you not. A lot of DMs.
It just occurred to me. Is that our mastermind's true aim? Not only to bury the past, but also to silence those who know the truth. Like you. To that end, he stirs panic to deepen Ragonese prejudice against the Poet Society, using this opportunity to create monsters born from our words. Words and music are weapons without form.
You know. Alright. I am really out. I'm way too distracted, by the way.
I understand what Farrell was trying to do. We're not adventurers or mighty resonators. We don't even have the time or ability to determine whether that lithograph is real or fake. Farrell only wanted to share the voice of uncertainty. He hoped someone might understand his doubts. Our fate has been sealed. All we can do now is choose what we believe and carry what we hope to be the truth to our graves.
They don't sound like they're full of hatred at all. If anything, they appear to have anticipated what would happen. During the interrogation, they kept their composure and did not offer fierce resistance. In fact, they even showed sympathy for the interrogator.
Symphony.
Everything seems to revolve around the Order. Could they be the ultimate mastermind behind this?
We don't know that for certain. But at least we now know the Poet Society would never place a curse on Raguna.
Alright. Here we go. Last one.
I knew this was to be our fate. From the moment we uncovered that lithograph, I knew it would come to this.
Lithograph.
Still, I have no regrets. But if the Sentinel's true form is a flying steed, what does that make the Imperator we've pledged our faith to? All this time, we've been living nothing but a lie.
Uh-oh.
The Order's stance is that the Poet Society concealed blasphemous works. Yet the Order themselves concealed the lithograph's existence. What were they afraid of?
Oh! We got them. The word that I mentioned a few minutes, at least like an hour back. Blasphemous. Blasphemy against the Order, which results into the interrogation, and then they went to Pilgrim Cell, where they died and then became known as the Daemons, where their souls had resentment against the Order. Damn, it is.
That's right. You must have seen the Sentinel in the inverted tower. To keep the Sentinel's true form a secret, The Order ruined the Golden Anthem's reputation.
The Order's reputation. Damn, it is.
The melody is fading faster now and becoming unstable. We should
Now
leave. We can continue our discussion
God
later.
Damn, we do. We go. Yeah, there it is. Look at that. Really got it.
Where is this place? A study? Chacona, are we? Chacona?
Uh-oh, seems like we're going to the past.
We must have gotten separated. Chacona did say even a slight misstep could draw us into other melodies. Am I?
You are to build a home here, like seabirds. Dwell upon the water, just as countless stars dot the night sky. I don't know if what I'm...
Freak, I did skip
They were
that.
clearly the Sentinel's cantors. Why would anyone call them criminals who insulted divinity?
Look at that fast walk. Yeah, this is the weirdest walk of all time. Look at that. Look at the walk. The walk is speed. It's really weird. The walk is... The speed itself is just really that weird.
This is a poem I've never seen before. It's so different from what they used to write. Do not place flowers on my tomb, for I do not rest beneath the stone. I am the sea wind at Raguna's walls. I am a dawn that breaks through thorns.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I am a nighthawk of wings of flame, soaring towards the celestial steed, whose praises I sing and whose true form I behold.
The celestial steed, the autumn night, brightest constellations, shrouded in legends, a poet of Golden Anthem, once wrote, I am a nighthawk of wings of flame, soaring towards the celestial steed, whose praises I sing, and whose true form I behold. Such imagery always evokes Rudisita's sentiment. But why soar towards it and behold its true form? Maybe the poem was intended to convey some message. Pretty good, you know. Pretty good. Is my speech good? Maybe? Guys, I hope my speech is good.
A flame, celestial steed, true form I behold.
Let's follow her. See you guys, let's go for what, let's explore. Is there any chest here? I hope there's chest.
The night sky will be illuminated by wings of flame, and I shall be reborn in immortal poetry.
Oh.
Because they cannot banish the truth, the Order of the Deep instead banished us to the sea. Our thirst for truth is why we were cast out.
The truth. Man, sounds like this guy. This person here. By the way, I really am interested in this guy. I kid you not. This person here, it's just, I can see this guy. But, you know, I'm very interested in the person though. I kid you not.
No matter what, remember this. The truth will always exist. And the truth is gold that is unafraid of the fiercest of flames.
Hmm. 'Cause
can't get through, but the sounds are coming from over there.
Kid you not.
What is this place? Who are you?
Alright.
She's always been distant and aloof. But her true melody is both heavy and fragile.
What? What just happened?
Chacona Toccata. As long as you still draw breath, lift your eyes and look. With this poem, your life is eternal.
Oh. Here we go.
Rover? Rover, are you alright?
Okay.
Finally, I got you out of there. You must have been drawn into a different melody on our way out.
Recall what you saw. I wonder what should I choose. Should I tell the truth or should I not say anything? I really am interested. Maybe I could say anything, right? Maybe you should just tell her the truth. Possibly want to say the truth. So I will just say the truth.
I just walked into his study and ran into a strange little girl. She seemed quite taken with the Poet Society's work. She mentioned a name. Chacona Toccata.
I see.
No reaction.
I don't know who you met, but Toccata is my family name. As I said before, for family matters, let the past stay where it belongs. Just call me Chacona. We don't need to overcomplicate things. Well, we have made some progress. The melody we were in gave me a hint on what to do next. Yes, seeing as they banished the Golden Anthem, we might find more clues in the Cathedral of Mercury.
Alright. How do we... I really wonder, how can I get back there? Wait, there's a limited time rewards. Interpretation in Chapter 2. Unlock all endings. Summer... Oh, we still have a lot of places to think about this.
Efficiency, above all.
But if I could find all endings. What is this? Hang on. Before I continue. 1, 2, 3. Maybe it's trapped. Yep.
Gotcha.
Oh boy.
Windfall profits.
Didn't expect that there's a chest there. I didn't actually expect there was a chest there, but hey. Damn it is. Here we go. Oh, we're going to go back to the clues in the cathedral. Alright. I think I can go here. Let's go here. I really just gonna speed run. Man, I still love the speed. Where I don't really have to worry about the speed. But hey. The cathedral. We just slam ourselves in. Imagine slam your face there.
Have you found her yet?
Oh, it's the choir.
No.
She's not here either. Oh, greetings, brother and sister. Might I ask, have you seen someone dressed like us who likes to walk with her head down?
No. Razor doesn't like walking with her head down. She must have gotten into some trouble. We're in the Order's choir. We're rehearsing hymns to sing at the ceremony. Racer is our lead chorister. We took a break from rehearsing to play hide and seek. But when the time ran out, we couldn't find her. Maybe she got mad at us because we sang badly. She hasn't smiled at us much since rehearsal started.
Can you tell your big sister here what hymn you're rehearsing?
The teacher says it's a hymn to honor the brave knights and the Sentinel's guidance.
Sentinel's dead,
But
by the way.
Razor says the hymn was written by a bunch of criminals.
Spoiler, the real Sentinel's dead. No questions asked. It's dead.
Well, which way did Racer go? We can help you look for her.
Really? She went that way.
I think that's her. I'm pretty sure that's her. Oh, never mind. I made a big mistake. I knew it, that's her. Oh, even their leader is actually their same age?
Such a beautiful voice, isn't it?
You're the laureate! And you are?
My name is Jacona.
A friend of mine.
Don't be scared. We're only here so that you can finish your game of hide and seek.
Hide and seek, right. Myron and the others are waiting for me. Sorry I've caused you trouble.
Oh, that's their leader? Hang on, that's their leader. You're kidding, no? There's no way that's their leader.
How about a little chat first? Something's troubling you. I can tell.
What? Of course not. The ceremony is coming up, and the choir still has so much to rehearse. I'm fine.
Young ones today have so much talent. If I had the chance, I'd love to learn how to sing hymns. You know, our laureate here definitely knows how to sing hymns.
Oh, she's back again where she's gonna be here, popping herself out and just smiles like a peeb.
It's just... Before the performance, the choir has to listen to the same music, recite the same lyrics, and do the same rehearsals every day. What's more, the hymn we're practicing, it was composed by bad people. Teacher calls them heretic poets.
Yeah, makes sense.
Myron and the others never complain. They're always eager to sing praises to the Sentinel on stage. But now, their dreams are all dashed because of me. Myron, Patero, and Shear's voices are in perfect harmony, but I can never keep up.
Oh, these three. Yeah.
And I don't like this hymn. Myron and the others are too young to realize that heresy is a grave offense, but I know.
Has to do with the Golden Anthem.
I just don't understand why the Order wants us to sing songs written by criminals. The more I thought about it, the more out of rhythm I became. In the end, I could barely sing at all.
When you can sing, just sing. Be creative. Be like Shahona.
That song just now. I've already forgotten how it's supposed to sound.
Well, what do you think a hymn should sound like?
Alright, here's the Disney princess.
A hymn, as the books state, is a song of praise for the Sentinel who leads the lost to the abundant lands.
No, not that. I mean, how does it make you feel? Try to remember what you were feeling when you were singing alone in the corner just now.
Oh, well, I didn't want to hold everyone back. And I really wanted to help everyone have a great performance at the ceremony.
Then hold on to that feeling. Let's rehearse again. You don't have anyone sitting in on your rehearsals, do you?
Uh-huh. No.
Well then, the laureate and I will be the first to hear you perform.
All right, here we go. It's showtime. Damn, their leader is a child. No way. Okay, another book. Songs of the are sung once more. However, the choir performers seem to have encountered trouble as their peers.
This is a cathedral. That's the choir on stage, with the Poet Society leading them. Looks like it's a ceremony of some kind. It sounds like...
A triumphant song of the knights. Songs to glorify, but nothing but pointless. Maybe I could say a triumph's glory.
It sounds like a song celebrating the knights who defeated the Tacit Discords at Whisperwind Haven. Wait, someone's approaching the stage.
Degenerates! Arrogant hypocrites, every last one of you! You have no idea what happened! Not at all! Has the Order reduced our sacrifices to mere tales to be told over tea? The Sentinel's blessing! Ah! Where were you when we fought the Tacit Discords at Whisperwind Haven? Where were any of you? Where was the Sentinel? We didn't fight for the Sentinel or for the damned Order. We fought for ourselves. You're nothing but hypocrites.
This is madness! Who is this madman? Someone remove him from here immediately. Do not be deceived. All knights who rode into that battle wielded swords sanctified by the Order. They fought in the name of divinity.
I think I assume pretty much that the angry listener is the one that witnesses in the front on what happened to those knights. And of course, if you're probably assuming that the song itself is the triumphant victory, of course, the angry listener, maybe the angry listener itself, maybe they lost their loved ones or somehow, or their loved ones died during the battle, or something like that, or their family ones that kind of sacrificed themselves in order for the land to be what it is right now. Yeah. Probably assume that the angry listener is the one that kind of looks like the good guy here, where he speaks for the truth itself. And of course, if you know that you're the truth, you cannot just simply just say, you cannot just lie. There's no kind of like bullet hole immediately. But here, this is madness who's the man who do not deceive all knights. It's an obvious fact that this is kind of like a culture problem, practically kind of like a coddling.
What he said about the common folk, is it true? Tell me, were they also sent to fight at Whisperwind Haven? I must see it for myself.
Yep, you really need to see it yourself in order for it to understand the truth itself. If you cannot see the truth, then you won't believe. Seeing is to believe.
What a mess. I suppose this incident is what changed the Poet Society.
The cathedral gate is open, which we should
Strange. Why is this passageway so long? This is the same study I stumbled into in the realm of melodies.
This is a very... Okay.
Afternoon tea! Yes, please. Your tea and biscuits, miss. I'll reapply the medicine once you've finished. Next time, no more climbing walls. Understood? It wasn't just for fun. I was trying to...
Ah, great. No.
There, I understand. You've always been a curious child. You saw something terribly interesting and snuck out to take a closer look. Wait. Is it raspberry? My favorite. Huh? Ow!
Wait.
Look at this. This book says the flower doesn't live long. But that's silly. I know it can survive the coldest of winters. Maybe one day, I'll become a great bard. A proper one, who never makes mistakes like this. Miss, this study is a secret. You must never tell a soul. I understand. But I've always wondered, why do people say they're guilty? There are so many interesting poems and songs here. Why won't Father let me see them?
Oh, you'll understand when you're older, miss.
The girl in the study had Straponites herself. Alright. Sadly.
Oh, what splendid singing! Even the laureate was enraptured.
Racer did wonderfully. Thanks to you, I figured it out. Sincerity is what truly matters when we pray and sing praises to the Sentinel.
Yes. A hymn isn't just a few lines of history. It is shaped by your feelings and experiences. The hymn may differ in each person's eyes, but its resonance and meaning are universal. I hope you'll give the audience a spectacular performance on the day of the ceremony.
Here we go.
So, what did you see in Razor's melody?
Hymn backstory.
The Poet Society was criticized for glorifying the knights over the common folk during one of their hymn performances. Their assumptions were challenged, so they traveled to the knights' encampment at Whisperwind Haven to verify the truth for themselves.
This incident may have been the turning point for the Poet Society. Did you find any other clues?
I strayed into different melodies.
If the Order's choir is pointing us to Whisperwind Haven, then that's where we'll find more clues.
Let's go,
Let's
clues.
go.
Clue finding. Let's go. I can't even fly. Hang on. Alright, here we go. Next. This is where they fought, kind of like a small island. Wait, why the heck this place is dark? This place is dark as fuck.
I've heard of these nights during my travels. This should be where their old encampment stood.
What the heck just happened? Why this
But
place
there don't
is
seem to be
dark?
any instruments, poems, or music here that carry the memory of a melody.
What the heck this place is
Let's
dark?
try searching the area first.
This place is dark. Absorbed with the third cloud. There it is. Alright, we're good.
These
I don't want to read
on-fire
that,
poets
guys.
were no doubt
No
members
reading,
of the Poet
please.
Society.
I'm not gonna read those.
The note says they had wandered the area looking for inspiration. To find the melody, we should try to follow the route they once took. Perhaps inspiration will strike us along the way.
Alright. Head to the last spot where the record was deciphered. Nice sizer. Nice landing. The last.
This was the last stop on their route. Oh, the view just now as we soared in the sky was just breathtaking. What is it? Has anything come to mind?
The wind.
Oh, yes. How did I miss that? The wind is the finest recorder of melodies. It rises from the primal, churning endlessly, echoing in our ears without end. I believe the melodies left by the Poet Society were witnessed by the wind, and it will carry them to us. Playing a tune, of course. I want to capture the mood they must have felt when they were here.
Just marks the 2 hours.
I'm curious as to what they left behind.
It's Didi Weaver.
Rimbo and Selena must have returned to Raguna by now. That lithograph of the Sentinel's true form. It has to be here somewhere.
Finally here.
Did that gentleman guide us intentionally? Who exactly was he?
Oh boy.
Backpack stuffed with papers claiming to be a common artist traveling in search of inspiration. Yet he spoke like a nobleman. But I can't afford to think about that now.
Wait, is it that low?
If not for his help, we'd still be singing praises to a false sentinel.
Okay, good thing to know.
He's right.
Oh yeah. Seems like
we cannot continue to sing for the order anymore.
I'm getting stabbed.
We must enlighten the people of Raguna.
Is it good?
They deserve to know the truth.
Yeah.
The Knights of the Order defend only the Order's interests.
Hey guys, I'm just using Blue Yeti X as my mic.
The time has come.
So I can adjust at any time.
Knights for the people of Raguna.
It seems someone told the
But I
poets
had
the
to
truth
use
about the Sentinel, and even suggested they stop singing solely for divinity and begin singing for the common folk as well.
Oh.
On the surface, what our mystery man said makes perfect sense. He even has knowledge of Imperator's true form. And this hidden lithograph is evidence the poets were telling the truth.
Actually, I do. So I actually use this. I do highly recommend using this one. What's the name that? Yeah. When you I do, if you're actually streaming, if you want, for instance, like a music, if you want to have like a music song while streaming, of course, even including the copyright, but be aware that you might as well get yourself in trouble if you ask me. I suggest use the Reaper voice when you do guys stream. I really highly suggest use the voice meter banana if you don't have a I forgot what's the term of this one. Yeah. I really forgot. What it does, basically kind of like sorts out music outputs. So basically, for instance, if I stream here with music, but in the VOD you won't be hearing the music.
Mind the tempo.
Nor in the YouTube. In YouTube, you don't hear the music because, the copyright is just ridiculously being abused there. Alright, where do I start? And I'm still not get in the way. We're still far away, but hey.
Is this form of the Sentinel the same as the one you saw at Avonolium?
Yeah, the one that died, yes. Sentinel is dead. Their Sentinel Renazita is dead. I think the new the new Sentinel is Cardothea. I don't know. Maybe Fleur-de-Lis? God damn.
So the poets were indeed banished for uncovering the Order's secrets. Even under interrogation, they held their silence. It wasn't until they met this mysterious man and learned the truth that they chose to become Knights of Raguna. Resentment and curses are not songs of their own style. As for the true mastermind, we still have no direct proof linking him to the Order. We must confront his lies and put an end to these Daemon incidents.
Daemon incidents.
But once the truth of the Golden Anthem at Imperator is revealed,
it
will no longer be just a matter of daemons, but is now
oh boy,
the right time.
Here we go.
The will of the people is strong. This mastermind
I seek
is so
for the
sure
truth.
the
I
lies
seek
about the
for
Sentinel will go undiscovered,
wants
and
to
that
know.
no one will easily believe the truth. The truth exists to be
Be
uncovered. All we need is to plant the seeds of doubt into people's hearts and let
Doubt
them
in
take
the
root and grow.
Doubt of the order. Take
Yes.
root.
Let's get going then. We'll go back to Margarita's.
All right.
It's where our story began, and it's where it must end.
All right. All right, guys. I think I'm not sure if we're near to the actual end of the story, but end of the story of this part here. I want to see if I could go out elsewhere, besides, you know, because this story quest needs time. Holy crap! We really need time for this one. Trust me. Oh, why did I choose the wrong? Oh, I kept choosing the wrong one. Yeah, we talked to her, Margarita.
Miss Margarita!
Well, hello, hello. If it isn't Rover and Chacona. Oh, Miss Chacona is a regular around here, you know. I've even asked her to perform a few times. Helps bring in the crowds.
Actually, I've come to ask
That's
a
a
favor of you
favor.
today, Miss Margarita. I'm sure you've heard the rumors circulating lately about the Poets Society's legacy. There's something
Yeah,
important we'd like to share.
Probably I'll
Could you help us gather
probably
everyone?
fix some.
Not a problem at all. Did you make any big discoveries?
Hmm.
I'm so curious about
Hang
what
on,
actually
let-
happened. It's driving me nuts.
Wait. Yeah, I think my head is kind of having a conflict. You know, maybe I should try to update my Twitch to the panels. I kind of
Rover?
forgot, by the way.
We'll begin when you're ready.
Oh, they're gonna have a show like Brant. Alright, the stage is set. You're back.
The poets did board the Pilgrim's sail, becoming the stars of their own final act. We all know how that tale ended. A great fire consumed the ship, dragging it to icy depths, and the poets of the Golden Anthem with it. But hear this. Banishment did not breed hatred in their hearts for our city, and the flames did not scorch a curse into their music or poems.
Maybe I Damn.
If you wish to hear their true voices once more, seek them at the Cathedral of Mercury. The children there still sing hymns written by the poets of the Golden Anthem.
Oh
And
boy.
yet, not a single daemon has appeared. Even as those poets faced their end.
It seems like the Fraxidus and the Order are actually having, you know. Did you make yourself PNG yourself? Yeah, I did made this PNG, honestly. I just did made the PNG myself. I just did what I do. I just doodle art stuff. By the way, you can see all the panels below. I also made those, just doodle arts too. I don't really want to have the most fancy stuff because, you know, fancy stuff is just not my style too. I just want an ordinary, simple ordinary idiot here. Simple and ordinary drawing piece where I actually think of it as just my, you know, where it can be entertaining too. You cannot deny. I won't deny. I did that too. But of course, I did use a crack. I did use a crack plugin. I didn't use a crack software. I think I used the what's it called? The clip art. Yeah. I probably shouldn't show it because, you know, it's very risky. You know, you don't want to make yourself, you know. But I'll probably purchase if I had, you know, if I reach affiliate, if I reach affiliate and then I take long, you know, if I stream long, in order for me to give my debt back, so that I can actually just make arts too, my own doodle arts, when I do update stuff, especially on Discord. I haven't even updated my Discord in quite a while. I just did all my doodle arts myself, including the Twitch itself, including my PNG art. Maybe by the time I may do the arts too. I don't know. Maybe I could do my own custom emotes because, you know, every time I actually... The reason why I did those two, it's not just because of that, because I am being exposed to bots all the time. When you are exposed to bots, there are bots that do advertisements, and there are actually bots that actually kind of looks like, how will I say it? More like the guy, if you're, for instance, like a computer guy, and you're basically kind of like advertising your very own company just to make sure that they want to pay you stuff. I don't have those, so I do kind of bypass it. And the reason why The reason why I kind of make it myself because I don't really want to pay stuff, especially emojis. I don't, I rather just ask my community just to, just probably in the future if I have a very big community to create me some emojis, and then whoever is devoted the most, maybe I could just give money to, just the reward, just for the competition too. And for those who did participate, maybe that might be a great idea because I don't really like to pay by force early as much as possible where I don't earn even a single dime of money. Yeah, especially if I really want to make earn money. Yeah, I'll have to do stream 2 hours a day, probably 8 hours a week. Yeah, that's the best idea too, right?
A fire, seemingly forged from the depths of hell,
What I-
destroyed everything, leaving nothing but
But all
ash
I say
behind.
is
And so,
just do
their
the
work too
just
was swallowed in the
be
flames?
creative on yourself, especially when you start your own stream, because it's really just I don't really have the money. I'm only just a student, and I'm only a third year student. Plus, I cannot really do like working. I'm not really a working student because here in the Philippines, the biggest problem here in the Philippines when you do college is that you don't really have much time. In Philippines, you don't have enough hours of sleep. This is the problem in nowadays is that basically the society itself, the working life of a college student, especially me as an engineering student, you really solely want to focus, just the things, you have to prioritize your study, get your diploma and then you work. Oh, by the way, just for the information, if I would probably put myself in the controversy where the anniversary was, I'm part of the beggar squad because I admit life, because life itself can be very complicated. And I kid you not, life is just very complicated because life here in the Philippines is not the same as in Japan, because Japan most likely doesn't do not agree, and they call the global beggars. But how's the living life of Japan? How's the living life of Japan? I don't know. How's the living life of the Filipinos here in the Philippines? I don't even know. I cannot really answer, but from my perspective would be based off the world's ranking, GDP. Yeah. And Philippines is not one of the highest ranks, but Japan really is, right? But my opinions are my opinions. I don't want to take this very seriously because it's not really
That doesn't quite
bad.
add up.
It's not really
If
worth
hellfire
it.
was all that remained from the Pilgrim's sail, then
Damn, Mark.
could they really have been trying to curse Raguna? If that were the case, well, shouldn't the curse have come true?
Replace story. Hang on. I'm being called. Hang on. I think I should probably just probably, I'm not from Japan, so I don't know about that. You don't really know about Japan, but if you're watching Ryuku Sensei from, Ryuku Sensei, he's basically the guy that lives in Japan. Basically, I will refer to him, and he says that most of the Japan people doesn't really care, about the anniversary rewards. And to be honest, the anniversary rewards in Wuthering Waves is actually not great. It would be fine if they actually just, for the anniversary rewards for the older characters, to remove the 50-50. It would be very nice to have that as a very anniversary rewards. It is very acceptable. Or to have the best rewards amongst all. Have a free 5-star. That's it. Free 5-star. 1 year anniversary. Free 5-star. That's best. And I kid you not. Because having a free 5-star in your, you pretty much want to have a great gratitude with your players, because the ones that grows your game as a whole is your actual community. And you know, they're the ones that kind of pace your game, right? So yeah, whales do not care, but free-to-play does. And I'm part of the lower spenders here. And I will never spend too much games. And I will kid you not, I plan on making a video about the practicality in this gacha games, on where you do spend. Because I will tell you the truth, and I kid you not, I regret spending my Lunites on Jeansie skin. It is fucking not worth it. And I tell you why. As a low spender, of course. Because I don't use her often, I don't even use her that much. Unlike during the 1.1. Because there's a lot of characters you want to try. That's the real big difference. And that's the reason why. Tell me if I'm wrong. Especially, it's not about power creep, It's about, you want to try other characters. You want to master all those characters. You don't want to have the same old characters because it's gonna be repetitive and boring. And you know why skins are not worth it? Especially if it's $30 at minimum. It's because you're not gonna use them that much. Right now, I'm not using her that much. I don't even use her that much. And sooner or later, if you're gonna be using Chinese skin, I don't really want to think, or even Carlotta. Honestly, Carlotta, you can use Carlotta as much as possible because I kid you not, Carlotta is one of the best units in the game because she does immobilization.
That's an awfully big assumption. What if they never
Because-
boarded the Pilgrim sail at all? What if none of them perished in that fire? That begs the question, who was on that ship? Who started the fire and spread the rumors about the Golden Anthem?
And yeah, if you ask me, Carlotta is still very useful, but if I would tell you, skins are not worth it. Goodbye. If I were me myself, I want to speak for the truth, and I want to be practical about this. Especially, I'm spending in the game. The only way how you actually get the skins is either by events, which the games give, or just spend Lunites. And I know that Lunites is gonna cost like $20 if I'm not kidding. $20 or around like 1,200 pesos. And I kid you not, that is expensive as fuck. Especially from someone else like me who earns only $450 a day. Imagine not having classes, right? You're gonna get less. And I actually spent more than half of what more than half. Because I need food to eat and I need to survive. So I don't know how much I would spend, especially now that I am what's it called? Now that I have school, now that I have scheduled at 11 in the morning to 9 p.m. or even 8 in the morning to 9 p.m. school. That sucks.
Another poet, intimately familiar with the poets of the Golden Anthem, you say? If such a person exists, then why haven't the Golden Anthem stepped forward to prove their innocence? No, that's not it. This will take the story in the wrong direction.
Honestly, I actually regret spending on the skins. It's really ridiculous, but it's actually just fine. But if you're going to spend like $10, I think $10 should be the maximum spend on the skin. $10. That's it. Because $10 doesn't really feel big, unlike $30. Because if I would tell you the truth, I could have bought other games too. To make new content too. Because if not, yeah, that seems very regret.
As the fire filled the ship's cabins,
I regret spending.
They penned their last poems with death drawing near. Perhaps they were greeted by the Sentinel in their final moments. Or if the poets truly meant to curse
Yeah, they don't
Raguna,
spend it only once.
why would they write such obscure poems? Why not simply leave their works behind in Raguna? No. Their last words were hastily written as the flames closed in. This charade, it was carefully crafted, twisting their work to conceal the truth. We already have... No.
Oh boy. Oh, by the way, here's my Kick channel. By the way, if you ask, I will send here in the chat, in the Twitch. This is my Kick chat. If you want to follow me, that's better here. By the way, the revenue here will be much better for me to be affiliated on Kick rather than on Twitch, because Twitch is, you know, too much ads, and I don't really. If I would ask me, I would probably just have less money on Twitch rather than on Kick. With the same, you get much more stuff on Kick than Twitch. Multi-streaming is, you know that I will. Trust me. I will actually update my stuff on Kick. Maybe I could stream on Twitter. Twitter, I cannot really stream on Twitter because I haven't really reached some sort of requirement. Maybe TikTok. I will stream on TikTok. And I don't know what are other sites. Trovo. I really don't want to stream on Trovo. Maybe D-Live can do, but the problem with D-Live is that there are adult stuffs. But if you ask me, maybe I can just spread the gacha on D-Live. Maybe I'll try that. Who knows?
Tomorrow, at the Odyssey Opera House, I will reveal the truth.
I will.
Until then, I thank you all for your patience.
This can't... This is very confusing.
Previously.
Sorry.
Loria, is this all real? What do you mean by the truth? Did you discover something? The poets of the Golden Anthem, they were...
Oh, the suspicious man is back.
A fascinating story indeed. You've certainly piqued everyone's curiosity. The speech you made just now, you're implying the poets of the Golden Anthem were framed and their works deliberately misinterpreted.
This man is suspicious.
Exactly. Someone used the story of the Golden Anthem to stir the public's curiosity. This is what created the daemons.
This is the guy.
Memory serves,
This is the guy that creates
official
daemons.
Records of the Order of the Deep state the poets were charged with blasphemy against the Sentinel. Surely you're not suggesting this was all the Order's doing? I dare say, such remarks would be considered a grave crime, punishable by banishment.
By the way, if you ask me, by the way, about Cristoforo, I kind of remind me this Onigiri guy. You know who the Onigiri guy I mentioned? The Onigiri guy. Hang on. This is the Onigiri guy. Zipper pants boy. This guy shows the malicious intent. Well, this guy shows his this guy shows malicious intent by his own, by hidden. But this guy shows very, very well. And they will. I'm pretty sure in the trailer they will meet each other. This is hit. If you play during release, this is the guy. This is the Onigiri guy. If you notice, this is his current form now. This is actually his previous form. This is the. If you play this during the release, they immediately patched it after at least I'm pretty sure after a few days. They immediately patched his model. This was during the release, and I kid you not. This is his actual model during the release a year ago, and they immediately changed. I kid you not. That's the truth. Try to search it on during the release. You might notice, the Onigiri. That's why I call this guy Onigiri, or Zipper Pants Boy. Maybe it's just fun.
Are you from a noble family? The city's elite have a habit of siding with the Order.
I'm afraid you misunderstand. I admit, I do get that question quite often. I am but a traveling playwright.
Traveling playwright that manipulates, that has a mind control ability, or a manipulation ability.
Your presentation brings me back to a play I wrote in my youth. A group of birds locked inside a cage.
Man, I
Convinced
really
they will never
expect. I never
fly,
expected
they
to
do
reach
nothing but
3
stand
hours.
on a perch. Then, one day, the cage door opened. The young birds flapped their fragile wings, attempting to fly, but plummeted to the ground, one by one. Many consider their fate a tragic one. What say you?
They kind of I kind of feeling that this guy is referring to the Golden Anthem.
I see it differently. Even if they met their end falling into the abyss, they still had a chance to glimpse the sky and spread their wings.
And what of those who chose to remain in the cage?
Those
having witnessed their predecessors fall to their demise?
Advertisements back.
Will they dare to reach for the skies after realizing the cost of choosing to fly? Does the truth exist to protect or to harm? That is the question. Miss Poet, I look forward to tomorrow's arrival.
Oh boy. Here we go. Wait, I think I just skipped that immediately. I really hate when I skip the cutscenes though. It's really just cinema. Oh, she's back. The Lady Noble. Small. Defenseless. Hang on, I think hang on.
A splendid retaliation. I witnessed all of your performance.
Hang on. Where's the small Carlotta? By the way, the English voice actor, I think this is from the... I forgot what's the name of the game. Yeah, I think her name is Jennifer English, right? She does have a very romantic voice, to be fair. Very interesting, too.
Like everyone present,
Suits
I
her very
too
well.
eagerly anticipate tomorrow's arrival.
Here's the memes.
As expected, the Order's fingerprints are all over it. According to our inside sources, it was none other than acolytes from the Order who salvaged the poet's lost works from the wreckage. They've long known of their existence and hid the poems in the Order's library. It's possible this was a sham all along. Choosing to make it public now likely means they're using those poems to obscure the real truth. Now, considering the fact that the untraceable article first began circulating among poets, musicians, and playwrights alike, I think it's fair to say its author is a regular of such secret circles. He may even be the resonator we've speculated about. His collusion with the Order is why these rumors are allowed to run rampant in the streets. I'll have someone follow this secret circle's trail and see what we can find.
And I kid you not, I believe her JP voice, and I kid you not, her Japanese voice is also Rin. Yeah, it's her. And then if I go to... So her name is... Yeah. Makes sense. There we go. Yeah, even if it's leaks, it's her, right? Yeah, same vibes. They do have the same vibes, I kid you not. And do you know why they call her defenseless? It's because of her JP voice. And she does parallel. She has a kind of similarities with Rin Totska. And still the vibes. I wonder how these two would react. I kid you not. This is I laugh at this very hardly. Makes sense, right? Where Montellis and I forgot the name of the family. I think I really forgot what's the name of the family? Come on, man, I really forgot about it. But hey, it's somehow just related both. Yeah, the reference within the Harry Potter. Yeah. Yeah, the memes are just insanely, you know.
We should also share these findings with Chacona. As a poet, her insights would be much appreciated.
I should probably just make... I think that should be a good emote, right? Do you think that it's a good emote? Montini? Montini
she was just
emote.
there a moment ago.
Just like when we were children. Gone without a trace. And she and her family disappeared without even a goodbye.
Hang on. Let me...
Miss Margarita, have you seen Chacona?
Hang on. Let me do something.
Miss Chacona? She was
Hang
swirling off towards the
on.
harbor.
Let me try to do
I thought
something.
that's where you were meeting, so I didn't say a word. She did look quite down, though. Never seen her wear such a gloomy face before.
Thank you for letting us know, Miss Margarita.
Why don't we split up and look for her at the harbor?
Ahoy there! It's the parrot. What's up? Make memes. Look at that. These two are the memes. They make her super tiny. I can see a Caribbean pirate. Sail the seas, maybe become Brant. I assume.
Mind the tempo.
That I
and
do.
easy.
Do you pirate games or stuff? Brant is my brother pirate.
Mind the tempo.
I kind of feel like Brant is basically Jack Sparrow plus Eren Yeager when he uses his Omni Gear direction. I'm also who would you yourself? Ooh, you really are? Then nice. Damn. Some people I really do enjoy. When did you start guys playing, by the way, Wuthering Waves? I really am interested. When did you start playing Wuthering Waves? If you guys play during release, you probably know a lot of stuff during release. I'm very interested on the Caribbean pirate.
Young birds left their
1 month from
cage,
release.
flapping frail wings as they fell to the ground.
Hang on. I gotta ask you a question. Have you ever known about the onigiri of Onigiri Man? I gotta ask. Have you ever seen the onigiri of the man? I am very curious. The onigiri of the man? Yes. Do you guys know that this... do you know why I call this guy an onigiri? I've seen it during the release, by the way. I played this game during the release, and they immediately patched it after 3 days. This guy is... yeah, they really did censor it. And that's why I call this guy Zipper Pants. Zipper Pants or Onigiri Man. They immediately censored it after just 3 days. So if you're playing this 1 month after the release, yeah. After 1 month they released the game, yeah. This happens. This is what you see after a month when you are against this dude. And by the way, this guy is suspicious. They're kind of like the same vibes, but I didn't take on that much. That's because you are focusing on most of the story. I think 1 month, I'm pretty sure 1 month was during the 1.1, I think. If you play during the August, yeah. It really came back to Cantarella when it got her own clothes nerf. Yeah, the camel toe. Yeah, obviously. But do you really see that her camel toe that much when you're looking at it back? Probably not. Probably Fleur de Lis. Yeah. Fleur de Lis. Yeah. Probably Fleur de Lis, you can see the dot. And you know that these games are Gunnar games too. You gotta understand Gunnar games are Gunnar games. And they actually do have a connection with man in society itself. And by the way, when I actually do research, if you know Asmongold pretty much, you know, due to their outfits move, you can see it clearly. And I was like, noise. Yep. By the way, do you guys know why Fleur de Lis is just gonna give it? Yeah, you're probably gonna see a lot of stuff after this. After the 2.4, I'm expecting that. 7 big fit booby woman. All I ever need. Do you don't want Changli or even, you know, Changli or even, yeah, you know, Changli or even Canrella. Yeah. But I think they actually decided, I think they actually kind of reverted back on the, on pants, I think. Yeah.
I never thought his words would reach into the depths I sealed away so long
Hang on, let
ago.
me. Yeah. Changli has a ring on the finger. Canderella's house is we all live. Probably you cannot still live with this one, right? Montini. You probably see this one. I'm pretty sure you guys pretty see this meme. If you are on a Facebook or... Yeah. Yeah. I really like this face right here. Probably do the emote here. I really like the emotes, this one. Yeah, probably, you know.
Coming here implies you worry about tomorrow's outcome.
Can't say. Absolute Cinema. Oh, by the way, don't follow me. Follow me on, you know, you can follow me on Twitch. You follow me on Kick. Very nicely if it is Kick, because, you know, Kick is a good time to play with. I want to take more opportunity on Kick rather than Twitch. No growth for Twitch, honestly.
You intend to reveal the truth of the Sentinel to the public. But that revelation, it comes with a price. One you've paid before as a child. Remember?
By the way, look at the difference between here, these two right here. You see, there are a lot of viewers, and my channel is on at the bottom freaking area right here. Bottom area. And then here, right, I'm only here. Look at that. Top lane. They can see me clearly. More growth, right? It's really very difficult to have a, you know, good growth. And I think I really want to convince most of my viewers to follow me on Kick, because it's much better, honestly. But I really think, you know, I had, more, it's much more easier to grow. Probably they will see that. I wonder if they saw that. If they saw this imagine if they saw this thumbnail. Immediately click it. It would be funny though. Oh boy, here we go.
This is the past.
And here I thought you'd be much wiser than this.
You saw it all. Dub. Absolute cinema.
You know the dangers of pilgrimage, yet you all still cling to the same reckless path. Tell me, what drives such stubbornness?
Honestly, by the way, if you see it, it doesn't matter because I'm telling the truth. I'm just fine showing it because, you know, it's just really normal. Especially when you grow older, it's just normal. You really want to find a partner, huh? Really, if you really want to find a partner, of course, that's why. Your desires. Yeah.
The truth has its thorns, and the Golden Anthem has already paid its price. Do you wish to relive their fate?
Is that what you're trying to tell me with your play? But you know nothing of how the Golden Anthem responded.
Did he just use a domain expansion?
Allow me to share the answer, Sir Acolyte. Do you remember the very first voice from the heavens? The one the people of Renacita kept alive in their hearts as they built their homes on this land? Surely you've seen the Golden Bough, yes? A play where people from various clans wear masks, singing and celebrating together. An occasion you now call
An epic poem of resilience inspired with blessing region folklore that goes. Yeah. No wonder why they got themselves kicked out in the... they wonder they got themselves kicked out because they actually showed the true form. They saw the true form, or they really showed the true form of the Sentinel, which is why they kind of get themselves asked fucked by the Order itself. Because the Order doesn't want to see the Sentinel's true form because they revere, usually the deities themselves. I don't know if they are correlating themselves with the Catholics themselves, because I know that Order is equivalent to Catholics.
And what of it?
Since,
it is words and songs.
Only because the Order was corrupted since the Dark Time.
Enemies. What you face here is something that is hard to describe. Something I call reverberation.
Oh, good point. By the way, good point.
It exists forever. You can never defeat it.
You pitiful fool.
They themselves, they keep their early writings locked away.
Reverberation you believe in so dearly.
The Order of the Deep seeks to banish us to the seas because they know they can't banish
It
the
kept
truth.
locked away because it refers to the Sentinel's true form, which is Astronodian.
Hear that? The bell they tolled. I will be the one to carry its sound forward.
Wait, how she's interfering with that? Yeah, true. Actually, yes, the Sentinel itself actually got corrupt. Yeah, it does refer back to the story in the 2.3 story where we saw actually literally the Sentinel merged with the Leviathan. Of course, the Sentinel itself is what's it called, the name? Imperator is the Sentinel, while the Thronodian is the Leviathan. So when they merge, it got corrupted. Yeah, Sentinel got corrupted itself. And that's why the maiden herself became, fought her. I think she killed actually the Imperator, the corrupted Imperator. That's, which leads to, maiden where she own creation. The maiden. That's what's messed up. For keyboard, that's fine. It's not really that big deal. Wait, how the heck she actually... Huh? Wait, what the Wait, how'd she... Huh? Wait.
The parallels. So striking. Just like the day the Poets Society boarded their sail.
What the fuck?
Chacona Toccata.
You should
blaspheming against the Sentinel. So this is the resonance they babbled on about. After all these years, another group of fools is ready to march down the same path.
Huh?
Why are there always those who believe the Sentinel is some damned horse?
That's true.
The poets were at least clever enough to hold their tongues, but you have the nerve to parade your blasphemy through the streets. It almost makes those poets look noble by comparison.
Is that so, Sir Acolyte? I do hope you dream of this Sentinel of yours every night, then.
17 more to go, damn.
Spare me your sarcasm, you insolent
Bard.
bard. You're nothing but a mouthy relic, the last of what remains of your wretched family. Do you not repent for your crimes?
Kind of looks...
So you've already tasted their fate, haven't you? You and your family. Banished in the name of Blasphemy.
Kind of reminds me back. Hang on. It kind of reminds me when I saw Fenrico. When I actually do feel about the order itself, when I actually first came, when I actually go to the cathedral itself, I did actually feel very ominous about Fenrico itself. The enlightened one. I'm not sure. Maybe the fake enlightened one. You know, I really did felt, you know, not comfortable with the dude. If, for instance, if I was the, you know, if I was the arbiter, yeah, I won't really feel that comfortable with the dude. Can you not? That's true.
Such a dramatic turn of events. As cantors of the Sentinel, both the Takata family and the Poet Society committed the same crime. Tell me, what is the connection between you and those poets?
He has the sus vibes. Then once we got into the story, he found out he was deceived by blind fate. But when he realized that the arbiter... I imagine the plot twist of the story. Imagine if they know the arbiter itself is the one that judged the Sentinel. The one that they refer to as the deity. You know that? It would be very funny if they actually know that the arbiter itself is the one that kind of judge Imperator itself. So I really wonder, what will there be the reaction is? It would be very funny if they know that though.
You're nothing but a figment of my imagination. None of this concerns you. It was a price we were willing to pay. We have no regrets.
By the way, are you referring to Fenrico or you're referring to Cristoforo?
When I was a child, I lacked the ability to prove the Sentinel's true form. But now, with the inverted tower shifting and the prophesied laureate among us, I believe the opportunity has presented itself for the truth to be...
Truth to be told.
Opportunity.
I believe since you never knew what the Emperor...
choice dawns once more.
Yeah, that's truth. That's gonna shake the entire order itself. Yeah, that's gonna shake the entire order. Just like I think just that. I think this. I think Eve. The only ones that kind of know, by far, from what I know, it's Cantarella herself. She's the one that only knows that he is the one that judged Imperator, Arbiter itself, the MC. Not even the order knows about that. Only Cantarella knows. I don't know if I don't really know if the family of the Physalia has been with the Physalia form. The Physalia family has been with the Physalia's form. The Montelli don't know. Physalia's form. I'm really interested. I believe Physalias are just against Renicita. Hence why they're exiled.
Do you intend to repeat history? This time, dragging Rover along with you? Boarding the pilgrim sail and clinging to hope as the storm carries you away?
Hence why they're exiled. Wait, they are exiled from the actual, you know? From the... Huh.
Isn't this what you're afraid of?
Wonder why they are actually on the right side. I swear, the heck. Yeah, I don't really read the entire lore because I am so fucking busy in my own, you know, engineering shits, dude. You know,
You've
stuff.
unraveled the hand behind it all. But the Order will never allow such truths to see the light.
Hence, that's why their house is all away from the city.
Rover, Miss Carlotta, and all those you've gathered along the way will be forced to bear the consequences of your quest for the truth. And perhaps even that blessed maiden whose whereabouts remain a mystery to this day. Even so, will you two still insist on stepping onto that stage tomorrow?
Oh, why? Is he because the Rover's MC? You can't just judge Rover. He has three abilities, you know. 3 different elemental abilities. You cannot have that crap unless you do some genetic shift change.
Have you really made your choice?
Also, when the family began doing some shady things, which
I
made
look
people
forward
trust
to the
him.
arrival of tomorrow, Miss Poet.
The family began, yeah. No wonder why the family has some really, really bad stuff. Yeah, I'm actually rather recalling back again all the stuff. But it seems like the Facilis are pretty good. And the Montellis are also digging also the truth. Yeah, I did just the Cantarella's mail deleted. What the fuck? I didn't see the mail? Oh, come on, I didn't really see the mail. What the heck? RO. What the frick? I didn't see the mail. What the heck? Oh, god damn it, man. Hang on.
Is
Let me
this
see.
Shakona's sheet music? She was here.
Hang on. I didn't see the mail. What the freak? Would be nice if I got the, you know.
The vision
God
I
damn
just
it.
saw seems
Didn't
to
see
have been
the-
recorded from this.
The mail just got deleted. No, the truth that got deleted. I should have got it first. Damn, I cannot really put it in the archives.
Shakona mentioned she always writes down her melodies on manuscript paper.
Holy crap, I've been doing 3 hours. I'm already 1 hour above what I'm supposed to do, but that's fine. Besides, the main target for now is the, you know, this part of the story quest because we...
The Golden Anthem?
You know. We're actually just 3 hours. I wasn't really expecting to be 3 hours. I wasn't really expecting the Chacona's story quest is gonna be taking that long. Maybe because probably it got itself, you know, what's it called? Yeah, I probably got myself hooked up with a bot that tries to, you know, to entertain me and then just gonna sell its heart on the Discord. Not really great. Honestly, yeah. I think we're actually near the finish line.
An interrogation room. Being here reminds me of the many unanswered questions still hidden within these melodies. The girl in the Poet Society's study must have been Shakona when she was little. What happened last time was no accident.
I got lost in time and
As the
space.
performer, her own melodies got entangled in the mix. But why was she there? And why are the Takata family and the Poet Society accused of the same crime?
That's because they, you know, back again, refer back again. Refer back, where it is this? The order was yeah, so let's go back again. Why are exactly they being accused of crime? Because first of all, the order got themselves corrupt during the Dark Tides, and then the people themselves shows knows the people who know shows up what's the true form of the Sentinel, and then the order themselves, you know, since they got corrupt and they don't want to really, you know, want to show their revered, you know, deity, which is Imperator, which they themselves, what they decided to do is they tried to, you know, exile the family to their death. Right. That's basically it. Right. I think I did summarize it though, from what you said. Would be fine. I hope I was right. Damn, the story is really just complicated. This is the first story quest that took me quite a while.
Thank you for understanding everything.
there anyone else here besides you?
Wait.
You must have touched the Golden Anthem's music sheet. This is the story
This story
it holds.
quest takes you for a ride and it's not done yet.
To be able to touch
yeah, the limited
it
quest
means you're
ones.
someone I can
Holy
trust.
crap. It is still fun.
I am yesterday's child of ignorance, the actor now on stage, and the banished sinner of tomorrow, Chakona Takata.
I think Rover is around like 100 years old.
Let me tell you, the story
Currently
of the
having
Golden
amnesia.
Anthem doesn't just belong to the Poets Society. It also belongs to me, Chakona Takata.
Oh no! Damn it, man. 21 hours! Ah, we gotta go
This
for
is
the
how it
original
all
route.
started. A mysterious person showed the poets the truth about the Sentinel. Then they decided to become Knights of Raguna. Back then, besides the conductor, there were others who helped organize things. That was us, the
Takata
family.
family.
It didn't take long for the Order to notice us. To keep everyone safe, they gave my father a key to a study. Inside, there were papers that could have destroyed the Order, if anyone would even believe them in the first place. It was
Wait.
blasphemy, but my father didn't hesitate. He took the key right away.
Of course, the truth itself will destroy the lies that was built by the Order itself. You know, when you say the truth, you can get yourself in trouble very hard. That's why there are what's so called white lies in this world. Can't deny about it. I think this is her father. I'm pretty sure that this is her father, no doubt.
As you've already seen, I was also banished. You've probably heard a lot about the pilgrim's sail from Brant.
Aye aye, Captain!
Usually, the food and water in those ships aren't enough to get the people where they need to go. Even if they made it, the cold would get them. But on that ship, the Order made sure there was nothing. No food, no water, nothing. And there were only 3 fools on board.
What the So, yeah, they're not gonna survive about that. No food? Damn, that's a severe punishment. That is a severe punishment, if you ask me. No food? No water? Damn. That's gonna hurt. And the worst part is that there are only 3 people who's gonna manage on board. Who's gonna be the one that sails? I don't really think that 3 people who does music stuff can do, can sail through the seas. Hell no. Not unless they already experienced during their, during their time as a child. That's pretty much a hell no.
As for the fire, the poets started it themselves. In the past, everyone thought they were brilliant cantors.
Why do you think they were sent that
But
way? They weren't
inside,
supposed to.
Only they understood how fake and arrogant
Why
all
do
their
you think that
poems
they
and
were sent
music
that
really
way?
were.
It's a very interesting.
In their last moments before death, the poets just wanted to leave something real behind. But it was so cold out at sea, and wood for fire was already running low. So they set the cabin on fire, and met their ends in the flames.
So yeah, why do you think that they were supposed to send that way? They weren't supposed to. Correct me if I'm wrong, okay? Because this is what I understand. Because we each other people have different, answers, okay? For my answer, this is just my answer. It's because the reason why they were sent in that way is because, the Order itself is very fragile. It's actually quite sturdy. let's say they are sturdy. Yes, the Order is quite sturdy. But if the truth came out, it can cause some cascade effects with the people. And then that truth itself will turn, will make the people of Verde City turn against the Order, which, you know, could cause a chaos in the Order itself, possibly destroying the Order itself as a whole. Or irreversible damage. A damage that cannot be reversed. This is why information is so very powerful. You know, in this world's technology, you know, that's how really powerful social media is. Anything you made a mistake in the internet, you're gonna get yourself cancelled. Very hard. Because, you know, yeah. Because they've been lying for so long, they will never be trusted again. True. That's why. And in reality, especially if you know X, right? You can get yourself easily cancelled because, you know, speaking of information itself, information is very powerful. But information can be flawed. It can also be very concentrated and very, very important to the entire world. Especially when you know that there are controversies, you know, social media such as Discord, Twitter, Facebook. If before, without those, yeah, it's gonna be very, very, very hard for it to spread out. But if, for instance, during the dark tide, there were phones, there were sort of, you know, there's an internet or something like that. Do you think that they will survive that? I don't really. Do you think the Order will survive that? I don't think they will. I think they won't. They won't never survive because the information itself is rapidly being spread out. Maybe they could, but they don't have that much time. That's the problem. I think they can actually survive. Actually, they can survive, I think. Good point. But I think that they are, remember, they control the flow of information. But what if, true, they could control. But what if, there are technologies such as the short key, the Black Shores, themselves. I wonder if there are, the Black Shores, where there are free informations all around. Do you think that they will survive? I don't really think that they. I think they will survive, but the damage is much bigger. They wouldn't get that involved. Yeah, because because it's far. But I'm just imagining myself, But I really am referring most of my words to how fast information can be delivered. But I just really wonder what is the what if route. But hey, the damage that will be done is basically going to shake the foundation of the entire nation. True. Because the Renacida is based off the Order itself. Unless there's gonna be a big change in the reformation in the Order itself. Honestly, the Order itself still sucks, still currently. But hey.
In the world they dreamed of, poets would no longer be shackled, and everyone could sing freely. That was their wish.
Okay, I have to go.
When the curtain fell. With our bodies to fuel the fire, the ensuing inferno shall forge Raguna's true gold.
What's up? It's Kagami Koshin. Yo. I'm here good. We are
but
near
the Order was afraid.
Near the we're
they
actually
didn't want any loose ends.
Near the end.
So they went to salvage the ship's wreckage.
We good. Oh, dang it. We gotta do another inspiration, but hey.
The Golden Anthem gave my father the key.
By the way,
at first, he wouldn't let me near it because I was too little. It wasn't until my mother, my uncle, and the rest of my family were one by one escorted onto pilgrim sails.
She's indeed a Disney princess.
Then,
True.
it was his turn.
Disney princess. She's a Disney princess.
I still remember the day he
Guys, do you really think that, an inspiration regenerates one per... Oh, fuck. Oh, we have 2? Only 1 a day? So I only have 7 days. Oh, we're
Don't see it as a burden, my child. Remember,
Do you think that this is the only
true
last two?
courage isn't hiding it
I'm
away
really
in your
interested if
heart.
this is the only last two.
Raise it like a torch.
I hope.
Just like the sun, so it can light the way for
Yes,
others.
we gotta. We're fucked. The limited rewards.
Only this kind of courage can rid your father of the cowardice he showed toward you and your mother.
So in total, there are only
Never
8.
forget, you are Itagata.
Father wanted to tell everyone.
Well, that's good.
So
Thanks.
the order put him on a
Thank
pilgrim
freaking
sail
God,
with the
I
same
really-
charges.
If I did this on the last day, yeah, that's gonna be
That
fucked.
was the last time I saw him.
No, not gonna
Later,
do it again.
After I became a wandering
Not gonna do the last minute. It's
I
bad.
started to feel what was in the melodies of the poets and my ancestors.
By the way,
Sincerity,
go to kick too.
like none other.
You're welcome if you go to the kick. It's much better, so I can talk. You can talk to each other in here. You have also a multi-chat here, by the way. That would be very nice. If you guys still here, of course, always follow my kick. Maybe also Twitter. It will be fine if you guys follow me on Twitter too. So I can do so I can. I think I could post there what I'm gonna be doing. Plus, yeah,
I wrote songs, weaving
tomorrow. How am I
stories my
How am I
father
gonna be doing
and the
tomorrow?
poets discovered into
I do have a
musical
problem too.
scores. But what awaited me?
Maybe I could stream
was the
after I do
order's
driving
banishment.
lessons. Yeah, 5 o'clock. Maybe that's my goal.
The Poet Society and our family could never prove whether
5
the
to 8,
Sentinel's form is
I hope.
really that of a celestial steed. All we could do was hold on to our suspicions and the possible truth, waiting for someone to prove it. Now, that someone has come.
I'll probably
has reached the inverted tower.
promote my Twitter, by the way. Here's my Twitter, guys. Welcome to my Twitter, guys. Here's my Twitter. Anything else? I regret this. Pure regret. By the way, pure regret. This is actually our Arbota skin, I kid you not. And yeah, ordinary computer guy. Just link all my stuff here. Nothing else. You know, guys. Just follow me on Twitter. It will be very nice if you guys can follow me on Twitter. Yeah. Big deal.
Now, I have that choice again. Do I reveal the truth? Always worrying about my next meal.
Hang on. Let me update
Wandering
my
from place to
Twitter
place,
too. Hang on.
being chased by
My
acolytes.
Twitch too.
I'm used to it.
Hang on, guys. Don't leave. You can talk. You know.
But this time, I have you and my friends with me. I can't let you all repeat my fate. If we step onto that stage tomorrow,
Hang
the
on.
Order will not stand idly by.
All you have is
They
YT.
might even come
Oh.
after you and Carlotta.
All you have is YT? Hang on, why regret? Do you guys... Oh, okay, so... Yeah, let me give you a point. Why did I regret? I haven't... It seems like my multi-chat didn't really update. What the frick? It didn't really update it? What? How the heck did it update? My multi-chat didn't update. Didn't see that, though. Why did you actually regret? If I would probably answer, why did you regret buying a skin? First of all, think of it as a skin. Think of it as this, okay? How often do you use the character? Probably. Here's my Twitter, by the way. I hope it doesn't have anything else. How often do you use the character? You should be using her. Sadly, though, I don't use her that much because, you know, I don't really use her that much anymore. Unlike before, during the early days where she was powerful enough. You know, the more characters you put in the game, the more that you kind of forget on using your old characters because, you know, being repetitive is always, you know, kind of bored. But I still use her in games, certain mini games. For instance, like the maybe the holograms, the whimpering waves, and the Tower Adversity. Yeah, those three. Because she's still viable character. She hits hard as heck. And yes, very easy to use. You only need this Mortifi and Verena. I really suggest you use Mortifi rather than Jeji.
Like I said, The truth exists to be uncovered.
I'm telling you the truth. I'm using
I've
mortify
made
rather
my
than,
choice.
you know.
And once everyone hears the truth, I believe no one will question the choices you all made in the past.
Hang on, let me update. Hang on, let me just refresh. By the way, can you guys type? Can you guys type? Type something so I can see. Because I really need to know if my multi-chat is just updating because sometimes it doesn't update.
There are hints of the sea inside Jacona's melodies. You should take greater pride in being a poet.
Can't type. No, I can see you in Kick. But in my multi-chat, it doesn't render. Look. 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 It doesn't even render at all. There's something really wrong with the multi-chat. Maybe I could... How can I refresh? I need to refresh.
Thank you.
But
Thank you for understanding everything. Let's open the doors. I hope this time
multi-chat, not multi.
the story ends differently.
Yeah, it seems like there's a problem with that. It's fine though, you get follow skins, damn. Yeah, I really don't see on YouTube. The problem is I'm not gonna able to see on YouTube properly. I'll stick with the Twitch, huh? It's fine though, the skins. Yeah, that's fine. If you really like to sit, if you want to switch on, you know, if you really want to be on Twitch, that's fine. But I really highly suggest you actually just also use Kick too, because it just helps me more on Kick because I have seems that it does give me more growth, you know, more growth than you may think. The algorithm is very important for me on Kick rather than Twitch because of how hard it is on
This
Twitch.
song. It's the one she performed last time. The melody is the same, but why does it sound so sad this time?
Okay, let me try something. Let me try something. For instance, I'll just type. Okay, hang on.
So, Miss Poet.
Okay, emoji angel. Yeah.
Have you made your decision?
This
Oh, some cutscenes.
is a poem I've never seen before. It's so
Okay,
different
just
from what they used to
typing.
write.
All right, we're good. I think I just refreshed it.
Do not place flowers on my tomb, for I do not rest beneath the stone.
This is a picture of where we saw the trailer.
I am the sea wind at Raguna's walls.
More like
I am a dawn that breaks through thorns. I am a nighthawk of wings of flame, soaring towards the celestial steed.
Wow.
Whose praises I sing. and whose
Deserve for it to
true
be the
form I
princess. Damn, oh damn.
I know what you're thinking. You're worried I might end up on the same path you did. Go on. Follow your heart. I'll be with you.
I'll be with you.
Till the end.
More like the boyfriend and girlfriend. Holy crap. Really good.
A penniless bard and the laureate roving in a foreign land.
Man,
Together,
the aura.
we rise up against the order of the deep itself. But as long as the seeds of doubt are planted, the kindling in Raguna will eventually ignite to forge its true gold.
Oh, have you ever
There.
saw
Now,
someone else
how's
joke
that
someone
for a
did?
story worth telling?
I haven't seen it. Maybe I didn't notice on Facebook. I probably should. I didn't notice on Facebook. Hang on. Mad Rover. Oh, she's just a friend.
Speaking of which, have you ever read that novel? It's about a knight on a quest to challenge a giant in the name of justice. The knight is also
I don't
accompanied by
know.
a squire.
Mad Rover's
Time
gonna.
after time, they throw themselves at the seemingly invincible giant. I am no Montelli, acolyte of the Order of the Deep or Knight of Raguna. But still, I shall lead the charge. Yahoo! Mount up, Sir Knight. To battle we go!
Mad Rover tells, oh, someone, she's just gonna be friend. Hang on. Do you have a link?
Nice and easy.
That's a very long... Damn, I'm already running out of my voice. Holy crap, my voice is running out. Look at that. My voice is just pretty much sore throat. I have to go OTG back hunting YouTube. I have OTG. I think that we're almost in the end. Yeah, we're almost in the end. I still haven't done... Look at this. We still haven't done even some parts. Yeah, we still haven't done. Holy crap. Now I have to go back and hunt in YouTube. Alright, we're almost actually, by the way, I think we're almost finished though. Those are time gated. Time gated. You mean the drops? I assume it's the drops. Oh, it's just different options. Reveal, truth reveal. 12 o'clock, let's do it. It's just a different opinion. Man, I'm not really on that part. But I think we're almost there. We are almost here in the finish line. Let's freaking go. Whoa. We're almost in the finish line, but I think I love this part here. I think I saw this somewhere else in the Twitter. I think I got spoiled. I really love this part.
As the forgotten songs rise once more,
Here we go.
A tale
Another
of the
one that's
past I
violent.
shall tell.
Uh-oh.
This is the story of those who were accused of blasphemy. What?
Here we go.
They were once poets, singing songs for the divinity and the order. This is how their music became known to all. Until one day, they stumbled upon a truth that could not be proven. The Sentinel,
I wonder who likes
whom we've
songs
always
besides
revered,
Chacona.
is not what they seem.
I wonder.
True divinity
I wonder whose
granting
character
us
is.
blessings is a majestic celestial steed that gallops across the high seas and soars through the skies. And the teachings in our scriptures? Lies. Lies
What should I do
told to us
next
by the
after-
order.
Yeah, probably after this I'll probably think about the event.
Ask yourselves this.
By the way, tomorrow we're
Why
going to be
would
doing the event.
Imperator, who once sent Renacita voices from the heavens, allow their people to suffer aboard those pilgrim sails? How could poets who once sang the praises of the Sentinel come to curse and resent Renacita, a land they loved so much? People of Renacita,
People of
have you ever
Renacita.
wondered why the Order forbids us from seeing their earliest scriptures? Why did none of the fools that boarded
Well-
the pilgrim sail ever thank the Sentinel?
Why not the false everything the Sentinel? Okay. All right. they're trying to interrogate. Here we go. Your buddy sidekick has has moved. Let's go.
Imperator and Raguna have always stood united, yet lately, they seem to have vanished from our dreams. Why is that?
Chicona Takata.
Ah,
in
here
the
we
name
go.
of Imperator and Primus Fenrico, you are hereby under arrest. You will face the full weight of the law at the Order Penitentiary.
Yep. Thanks, by the way, Caribbean pirate. Maybe, thanks a lot for this one. Even thanks so.
Is that so?
It's
And
just
what are the
different.
charges
I'm
this
giving you
time,
two links
if
of
I may
pure
ask?
lols. Where?
Blasphemy!
Oh! The same old tricks again! Is this how the Order intends to keep the truth hidden?
Oh, links are not allowed? Wait,
Save your
aren't
empty
they
words
allowed?
for your confession
Maybe
to
I
be
haven't
said.
really enabled them. Oh yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Your man has arrived.
Damnation.
The pop-up
She's not
and
working
came up.
alone.
Maybe, by the way, Discord. Maybe I should actually invite.
Farewell,
I
Sir
haven't-
Acolyte! Oh, and just a little tip for you. Keep your eyes on the audience below. Let's see how much of the Order's hypocrisy these empty words can unveil. I have faith. The music of the Golden Anthem will one day echo across Raguna's skies again.
I hope.
Why did none of the fools that boarded the Pilgrim's sail
Yeah, I think I
ever
skipped.
thank the Sentinel?
I think I skipped 2. There is no way I skipped 2. Hell no. Skip 2?
How? People of Renaissance.
Well, anyways, I'm just gonna go back to the archives, I guess. Alright, I think we're almost there. Oh, by the way, not to mention. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna be sending Twitter link. I'm gonna be playing almost soon.
Phew. A masked hero suddenly
Yep.
appeared, rescuing the
I'm gonna
bard
send
right
them
when
to
she
you
was
in
about
an
to be
X.
apprehended
Sure,
by
no
the Order.
problem. There's no problem DMing me though. But it's better.
But that's a story for another
I
time.
still recall using Twitter before even Elon Musk, by the way. I still recall Twitter Elon Musk. I got permanently stupidly banned for using somebody I got actually banned on Twitter, I think twice or even 3 times. And the reason why crypto. I don't know how they fucking hacked my account, by the way. The account itself has 2 security. Maybe there is a flaw in the Twitter system. That's why I got myself clapped. And when I actually just responded back on my last attempt, they decided not to ban me. Because, I kid you not, I got years banned on Twitter. I think I can grow my Twitter now that Elon Musk is there. I think I'm pretty sure I want to thank Elon's team for unbanning my account on Twitter. Because it's a big deal. Because there's those folks, by the way, on Twitter is not gonna like, doesn't want me to be... Doesn't want
You know
to
what this
unban
means
my
for you,
account.
right?
No. But
Even with a mask on, people will still recognize the laureate.
Because the t-shirt, the reason why they can recognize, by the way, the laureate is because, the t-shirt. It's an obvious fact that the t-shirt itself is unique. And it doesn't even have an other, doesn't even have a other
criminal by the Order.
I forgot. It's unique. But anyways, it's just unique. And I think no one in the world that has the same suit as Rover. Obviously.
Now this is what a real poet, no, wait, a real knight is supposed to be.
No, she's a poet. Come on. It's not just Renacita like, yeah. It doesn't even look like Renacita.
Well then.
Oh. There's a song? Oh. Another trailer. Come on.
This room
is our final stage. Now,
damn, it's quite sad.
It's your turn to step onto it.
You will witness a different world.
You arrogant hypocrites!
Yeah.
Led by curiosity and wonder, you step forward.
Step forward.
I am the
gentle breeze. Gentle.
Sweeping through Whisperwind Haven and towards Raguna's high walls.
Well, have you decided on your answer?
Oh.
I look forward to the public trial.
Perhaps our fates are not so different after all.
It is time, sinner against the sentinel.
But you...
Yep, I think they summarized the story here.
continue
Holy
to
crap.
sing.
Yeah, they really did summarize.
As long as there are those who breathe and see.
I wasn't
My
really...
eternal summer will never fade.
Damn. It's pretty nice too. Okay, we are almost there. Finally. Okay, so what's the plan? Yeah, I want to show also one of my reactions during Zane's quest. Trust me, I kid you not. I want to show something. Maybe I could clip it though. Trust me. Let me do something. Hang on. Do not leave.
Do you feel it?
Probably
The
after
breeze
this.
from Whisperwind Haven. You can even catch the faint scent of wet grass. Next thing you know, maybe an apple will fall on our heads. Or maybe a big grey
Isaac
wolf will
Newton.
leap out and chase a squirrel down a rabbit hole.
Isaac Newton, where you at? There's a big reference on Isaac Newton.
Thank you, Rover. I don't have the Blessed Maiden's miracles, nor the powers of a hero. I'm just a wandering bard.
Already the one that defies the order. Come on. Come on, I want to show something. Come on, let me show something.
The only thing I can offer is to immortalize this moment. I will carry all the stories about you with me. By the way, I met a man at Margarita's who claims to be a playwright. You should watch out for him.
The sus guy is... Yeah, the sus guy. Yeah, the sus guy. The playwright. The sus
I'm
guy.
not entirely sure who he really is.
Basically, Onigiri V2.
My guess is that he
Version
might
2.
be the resonator who's been working with the Order. Here, you can have this music sheet. I'm heading off on a new mission.
Oh,
An escape mission. Starting today, I'm no longer just a wandering bard. I've got the Order hunting me now. A journey like this, it's begging to be written into a story.
Uh-oh.
Don't you worry.
By the way,
I
how
still
can she
remember our promise.
survive if the Order is constantly hunting her down?
About the song I wrote you. We will meet again. And I'll sing it for you, I swear.
Alright.
After all, we're partners in crime now.
Yes! Hell yeah. The apple itself. Back referred to the apple. Oh, it just fall? Oh, not the dude
My
again.
Lord
No,
Primus,
not them.
It seems your plan has not gone quite as you'd hoped. You sought to revive the blasphemous Poets Society, spreading their legacy to stoke the fires of prejudice, and through my aid summoned daemons to sow fear across Raguna City.
Hell nah.
I care not for labels of good or evil. My only care is Raguna's order and chaos. Fear is but one tool among many to maintain stability.
True.
Truly the
Is it like communism?
One in possession of great
Maybe
power.
communism, dictatorship.
Such lines
Yeah.
are rare.
I had a
even
feeling.
in plays. And yet, why do you seem so restless, Lord Fenrico? This is hardly the character I expected from you.
Refer back because, you know, once...
Is it that foreign laureate that unsettles you so? Or perhaps that insignificant Toccata girl?
Uh-oh.
Or is it something else you seek?
Out of respect for our partnership, some things are better left unsaid.
Uh-oh.
Of course. As you will, Lord Fenrico.
Wait.
Were you the one?
You were the one who led the Poets Society to that lithograph, weren't you? I've heard whispers of your presence at Whisperwind Haven around that time. Whenever you were asked,
oh, guys.
you claimed to be seeking inspiration.
This guy has a crucified...
Why are you
This
doing
guy had the
this?
crucifix vibes.
As you said
Yeah.
yourself, out of respect for our partnership, some things are better left unsaid. There was no deception. Indeed, I was seeking inspiration. In the end, I found a story about birds in a cage.
Birds in a cage.
The birds, having uncovered the truth, must decide.
This guy's looking
Will they
panicked.
choose to fly
This guy's
into the
panicking
unknown,
so bad.
or remain caged within the familiar?
Because he's losing his power.
Lord Fenrico, a word of reminder. Just as the young Toccata mentioned, how long has it been since you last dreamed of your true divinity? Armed with a wooden spear and a broken helmet, the knight charged at the windmill.
Man, this guy gives
His squire,
me...
ever
Oh,
loyal, trailed
bro.
close behind as if becoming one with the knight. Together they charged again and again, true knights in spirit, ignoring the countless wounds they bore. Truly astonishing. Even if you took such a script, what could you possibly accomplish? Hecate.
Hecate. Wait, Hecate? Is it? Hang on. Is the Hecate? Hang on. Hecate is, I think, the Parlovas. Is it Farlovas? Ability? No. Oh, we just completed the quest. Woo! Completion rewards. Oh, it's not an ability? Oh, we have the ending one. Still a few more endings.
Maybe because you went to Avenolium and uncovered some of the truth the Order is
I can
desperate
even
to hide.
demon me on EX. Oh, that's
It will take
fine.
a lot more than that to even leave a
Maybe
scratch
you
on
need
you.
to verify, I think.
Perhaps they're having someone else do their dirty work. That just makes finding the one pulling the strings a top priority.
Let me see. Ah, yeah. Now I tried DM you. Yeah, I did DM you. You should try. Maybe you could respond now. Great, thanks for that. Oh, we didn't unlock this one, so we still need 4. I think we are just on time, I think. Yeah, we are just on time. Yeah, I think we're just on time. 4 days is just enough. I think I could do offline with this one. Yeah. Here, there we go. Yep, now that I've finished Chacona's quests, I'm pretty sure. Let me see. Maybe let's see if I can try my luck. Hang on, let me try my luck. Yeah, we got Tao Chi. Doesn't matter. I wonder if I could get a 5-star. Imagine a 5-star. One pull. Nope. The game says nope. You're not gonna get a 5-star. Oh, why am I pulling this? This one. Chacona AC Gang Sega Montelli Gang. Enjoy. Yeah, the game's not gonna give me, by the way. Yeah, I think that's pretty much end of my really story quests, I think. Yeah, I think I've really finished the entire story quest except for this, so we just literally on time. Kid you not. We still need to finish this, and we still really even need to finish this one too. We still have literally a lot of stuff to do in Wuthering Waves, and I kid you not, we still have a lot of stuff. I haven't even started this one. Yeah, we still have a lot of events. And by the way, after the events, yeah, guys, also a lot of, you know, in my Steam, you know. After this, I will play Expedition 33. I think I really haven't really started the Expedition 33. But if I would start playing the Expedition 33, before I even start, I'll probably just post on Twitter that I will play the Expedition 33. After I actually played, you know, the entire, you know, stuff. You know, I have finished the entire story quest. Because, damn, I really am interested in the gameplay itself. Trust me. You don't want to, you know, I really want to, for you guys to enjoy. And I really want to show what's my reaction to in this gameplay. Especially some of you want me to play the Fragpunk. I can play the Marvel Rivals too. Yeah, I'll just update that, you know. Maybe I could play Monster Hunter, Repo, yeah. You know. Maybe Repo is gonna be fun. Who knows? I just want to be also beyond out of gacha too, where I play other stuff besides, you know, besides gacha games, Wuthering Waves. I just want to play Repo, so I can, you know, maybe I can join some hilarious stuff out there. Maybe I could interact with some people, right? I think it's much better.
Efficiency above all.
Holy crap, my frames just gonna drop. But hey, I think I wasn't really expecting for this stream to become 30 how many 200 minutes. 3 hours and 40 minutes. Yeah, I think I really need to eat, and I probably want to end the stream because, you know, you don't want to do 4 hours every day because it's too much exhausting. But, you know, as I said, you know, in my DM, in my Twitter, when you spend your game, you know, too much on your skin, I really do not really recommend you guys spending on your, you know, on skins, by the way. It's because you kind of rarely use your character that much. And I kid you not, you're gonna rarely use your character. I'll probably buy skins, but if I had if I have extra money that I don't have any problems with buying with, you know, because I can earn back, you know. I need some return in investment too, so I can enjoy too, you know. Plus, you know, I really rather suggest just, you know, buying the pulls, because pulls are much more worth it than skins, because, you know, because the characters themselves are basically like pay gated, and if you kind of miss out the event, FOMO exists. And if FOMO exists, you know, then you are forced to spend if you really want to use the character itself. That's the problem with gacha games themselves. They make good games, but they are so paid to win. Pay gated. And yeah, you know, I actually did enjoy you guys, you know. I'll just probably make a video and summarizing the entire thing. Oh yeah, I did also forgot, before we end also, I want to really show my reactions to the people themselves. I did forgot to have this reaction. Hang on. I think now that I've finished my Wuthering Waves, I think I'll just probably leave, exit. I really want to show you. Yeah, this is my UPS. It doesn't really matter at all. But hey, yeah, where is it at? I think this one. Yeah. I really want to show you guys something else. Hang on. I still recall one of the highlights. Let me find the highlights here. I think it was somewhere the part here. I'm not sure if this is the part. Can't say her name.
On
Hang on. I did took
everything.
I'm not sure, but it's somewhere here else here. Hang on. This is I was actually I think it's here. Yeah.
Chances.
Maybe are you guys interested or maybe
sleep the flight simulator.
Maybe meh. Well, just forget it. Anyways, I'll just probably upload it on my shorts, but you know, just shorts video. But hey, guys, I really am. Thank you very much, guys, and I really do appreciate everyone who follows me. Thanks for following me on Twitter and so much more. And yes, God bless you all. I'm out. Peace, guys. As always, every 5 p.m. GMT 8 as much as possible. But if not, you know, maybe 6 or 5:30 because, you know, tomorrow until probably Friday, I'm doing driving lessons in the afternoon. So 1 to 5.